team. If you are looking for endless growth opportunities and the ability to make an impact every day, then Geico is the career for you. Apply today, geico.jobs/Seattle. I'm Derek, and that's your look at traffic on 102.5 KZOK.
This weather report is brought to you by Community Transit. It's going to be a cloudy Monday. Highs are going to reach the upper 40s. There's a chance of a couple showers this morning, but things should be clearing out by the afternoon. Good news, sunshine's going to come tomorrow and Tuesday with highs in the low 50s. Looking for a career with excellent benefits? Community Transit is hosting a job fair in Everett on March 14th starting at 10 a.m. For more information, visit communitytransit.org/jobs. That was your weather. I'm Tori on 102.5 KZOK.
Why? Because we like you. It is 5:46. I'm Danny Bonaducci. This is KZOK. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
You look adorable.
What does your shirt say? Oh, it says the radio
KZOK.
station.
I've heard of that.
Oh, there's a thing right in her way. I couldn't see it.
You
There's
look
only
adorable,
letter
Danny.
that I could see. What, dear?
You look adorable.
Well, thank you very much. Please continue.
All of your Mickey Mouse
Yeah.
stuff.
Which
I can't tell who's on your head, though.
was not Jack Skellington and other Disney stuff. This much Disney, morning, Paul, was not an intention. The hoodie that I'm wearing, which is not warm at all, that was I went to Disney over the weekend, which I got to be honest with you, kind of above my pay grade. I had a great time, but since I've been home, it was a lot of money. It was, if you want to have that kind of, you're a jet setter if it's that kind of weekend, or it's like a once in a lifetime thing that you save up to take your family for.
Yeah.
If you do what I did and you fly off with the wife, go, ooh, Disneyland, it's bitching on. Look at that turkey leg. How big is that turkey? Let's eat it. Then when you get home, you go, that was a lot of money.
It's one of those you don't even want to think about.
Yeah,
Tally
and I
how much you
can't stop
spent.
thinking about. I'm calculating left and right. Cabs and Ubers count factor in. Hotel deal, kind of $99 a night.
Whoa.
Oh, that's
But
a really good deal.
they should do something, and it was a nice hotel. It was I don't remember, but it was. They should tell you something. We're checking in, and they said, "Well, it's there's dance recitals tonight," which I didn't want to ask a lot of questions. Okay, there's dance recitals, whatever that means. Fine, doesn't affect me in any way. It's children, by the way, made up a lot like John Bonet and in less clothing.
Oh.
Like, yeah, I did not care for it. And I made a couple of comments to Amy, and then she hated me. But they said this when checking into the hotel. So it could be up to a half an hour before the elevator comes, if you need the elevator.
Wow.
Well, it's hundreds and hundreds of children and their crazy moms, and they're staggered for their performances or whatever the hell they're doing and getting trophies and participation trophies, whatever it is. If there was a drawback, and it was less than a half hour every time. There weren't any real drawbacks until I got home and started thinking about the money. So I go on a thing at Amy's behest, and man, is she a chicken? Like, not kidding. Like, we don't go on the teacups. Good. It's a stupid ride for grown-ups. There's no kids with us. There's no reason.
Yeah.
But she's, I'll get sick. And then, Splash Mountain. I don't even know what Splash Mountain is. I've seen it on commercials. I don't know. Oh, no, we'll get sick.
That's like a roller coaster through the water.
Yeah, we'll get killed 100 ways. And she seemed like it was a giant adventure to go on the Matterhorn. The adventure about being on the Matterhorn was getting in a line to go on the Matterhorn. It was crazy. So I went on a thing on the new park, California Adventure, called Grizzly Mountain. It's a big circular, it looks like a giant tractor tire or something like that, except it has seating in it and you can hold on, stuff like that. And they even say as you're getting in, it's going to be at least 2 of you are going to get soaked. And I went, well, there's like 8 of us. I have pretty good odds of not getting soaked. Totally me.
Really?
I got soaked. And so my hoodie weighed like 11 pounds because it was all wet. So I had to buy this Disney hoodie that I'm wearing. But Disney was great. I have a backpack, a Disney backpack on. And when you go to pay for clothes or toys, and Amy's got, I guess we have nieces and nephews and stuff, and we got to buy them Disneyland stuff. And I see a thing that says this backpack is $20 if you spend more than $50. And I look over there, and this backpack is $65. So I buy this backpack, which I don't even want. It isn't even cute. It's just got a bunch of Disney things stamped all over it. It was like Andy Warhol vomited on somebody's backpack, and then you get that. So I bought the Jack Skellington hat and the hoodie, and I walked around. You would be shocked how many people do that. I looked like crazy. Like if everybody that got together with this bright backpack with, all the Mickeys all over it and stuff.
Yeah.
You'd look like you were with 10,000 other people. Everybody had this backpack, and you'd end up following the backpack. It was really weird.
Did Amy finally give in and go on some of the bigger rides?
No.
Or why did she want to go so bad?
The experience of, I think she wanted the turkey leg. That seemed to be high on the...
There's stuff to see.
Well, I got to tell you that the rides, the stupid rides, if you will, the rides that Amy would be afraid of or get nauseous, I don't know what they are, last between 30 and 90 seconds. Like the Matterhorn's 45 seconds tops. And by the way, a little bit brutal on your spine. It bangs you around. It's not that it goes fast or anything, but they've changed it. If you haven't been there in a while, when they're dragging you up the hill because they're going to send you down the hill, you with me?
Yeah.
All of a sudden, a Yeti or whatever it is starts running behind ice blocks. And I thought that was a cool effect. You're going 2 miles an hour because you're going up a hill. But a neat effect. But mostly it was cool to walk around Disneyland. Like the turkey leg became a thing. Oh, and did you know there's secrets to Disneyland? Are you aware of this?
Yeah, I don't really know what they all are. I know there's that club that you really want to
The 33 Club?
33
Yeah. There's the 33 Club. There's the hidden Mickeys, hundreds of them all over the park. Do you know about the Disneyland cats?
No.
Oh, hundreds of Disneyland cats.
Really?
Yeah.
Actual kittens?
Yeah. No, I can see that's a reasonable question because they make stuff come alive there. And that's their job. No, real live cats, which I would not have known. And I looked up because something during my Google searches came up about secret Disneyland. And I just thought it was stupid. But the cats are on there. The hidden Mickeys are on there. The club, the 33 Club. Walt Disney's apartment in Cinderella's castle.
Oh, yeah. I've heard about that.
Oh, it was very cool. So that was as much fun as anything else. But actually, there was so much fun. I took notes. Hang on,
It's like a little scavenger hunt, though, to go around and find all the secret things.
And that was like the most fun thing. That and In Search of the Giant Turkey Leg, which she said she read somewhere tastes like ham.
That's
and
weird.
she's totally right.
Really?
It tastes totally like ham. If I would have seen a pig limping, I'd have said, aha, I know what happened to you. Your leg got chopped off to be served at Disneyland. The meat's red.
They do seem too big to be turkey. It's got to be a pig's leg.
They're turkeys, and they are turkeys, and there was some urban legend. I don't know how this happened. I guess Amy put up a picture of me eating a giant turkey leg, and somebody tweeted back or whatever you guys do, and said, do you know you're actually eating emu?
Oh, I would believe that.
I would believe that too, except I Googled it and the Google said, ha, 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 you fell for it. Everybody thinks that's stupid. Emus don't have legs. I don't know if that's true or not.
Because I've raised some monster turkeys, but they did not have legs like that.
Yeah, this is a special Disney farm. And then after you keep them alive, you chop their legs off and then you freeze them to be brought back when you know how to replace legs. I think. I don't know. But it was really good. Aside from now thinking about the money and going, I wonder about that. Because I got enough sleep. That was a big concern. I don't want to come here on Monday morning and feel, like I'm an old man that was dragged through Disneyland by a young person. I just look like that. I did not feel like that at all. And it was bitching. Although I feel a little bit like Jonathan Lipnicki. Is that right?
I don't know.
The kid from Jerry Maguire that knows that a human head weighs 8 pounds.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I'm wearing a baseball hat, which I don't dig, by the way. I'm wearing a baseball hat, and it doesn't have any buckles or anything. It just is a one size fit all. Yeah. And it totally cuts off the blood flow to your hair, I think.
To your hair?
Yeah, I think
the blood flow to your hair. Maybe that's what happened to me.
Totally, because blood flows to your hair, Paul.
According to the King County Sheriff's Office, a teenager died over the weekend after falling several hundred feet from Rattlesnake Ledge. Now, the 16-year-old was named Eddie Petrick, and he was out hiking with some friends, stopped to take a picture, slipped and fell off the ridge, and sadly did not survive. A lot of people are out enjoying, the weather, and officials are just saying, it's still really slippery. There's still a lot of snow and icy conditions, and just to be very careful. The Seattle Police Department is the first law enforcement agency in the state to use the red flag law by taking a handgun from a man in downtown Seattle. Washington State is one of 5 states that has passed this law, known as the Extreme Risk Protection Order, and this gives law enforcement the ability to seize a gun from a person if they believe that person poses a threat to themselves or others. The Seattle Police Department said they'd received a lot of calls about this 31-year-old man's escalating behavior. When they went to his home, they found he had weapons and removed them.
Good. It's that crazy Second Amendment thing. If they come to my house or they come to Paul's house or anybody's house and they just demand your gun because they've seen it on a roll that we have guns, you can't do that.
Right.
But, like that kid in Florida, everybody had videotape of him in his underwear shooting a gun in the air and things like that, that you should have the constitutional right or you should have the legal right.
There is a list where they've just found your name. Someone who's close to you has said this person is acting erratically. This person is a danger to themselves. Mm-hmm. Can you go, and I know that they have weapons in the house. Can you go and try and get them some help and try and remove the weapons? So
yeah. The Secret Service over the weekend responded to reports of a man who shot himself near the White House. The incident happened along the North White House fence line, and the Secret Service said that there were no injuries other than the man to himself. President Trump and Melania were not home at the time. They were in Florida, and the shooter, they said, did not shoot anybody but himself. And the Secret Service also did not fire any shots.
So what happens to him now? Is he breaking a law? Is he legally allowed to carry a gun?
He's no longer with us, was my understanding.
Oh, he shot himself dead.
yeah, so I don't think they're going to prosecute.
Last time I heard, he was still alive. Okay, but still, was he legally able to carry a gun? Because it seems so weird to shoot yourself next to the White House. Yeah. And was it intentional?
Yes.
Oh, well, that changes everything. Man committed suicide by the White House.
We've had, I don't know if it's reporting more or if we have had a huge number of people going to the White House and doing crazy things.
Trying to get over the fence is a big one. That's happened so many times.
Remember that postman took what do they call it? A gyrocopter.
Yeah.
Over.
Yeah, are more people going because it's Trump, or are we just hearing more about it?
My money would be on where people are going more because it's such a wacky president. But everybody's got their crazy people. All the presidents certainly.
U.S. President Donald Trump was praising China's president over the weekend. Now, there was a new ruling in China eliminating the 2-term limit for the presidency, which paves way for President Xi to serve indefinitely. Now, there was audio capture to this, but it was, I think, from somebody's cell phone because you really couldn't understand it clearly. There are subtitles to go along with it. And what you can hear and see him say is, Donald Trump, he's now president for life. President for life. And he's great. And look, he was able to do that. I think it's great. Maybe we'll have a shot at that someday.
No.
Well, if the someday is after your terms are over, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But I'm not a fan of presidents for life. That's a dictatorship, if you ask me. But I don't completely get the 2-term rule. Like, it just seems like you're getting going at your 8th year.
Yeah. Especially because they have to run. The time that they spend running for re-election takes so much time away from governing. Yeah, it's tough to get stuff done.
It's archaic. Yeah.
Well, it's unlikely that he would be successful in turning it over because it seems as if every president has tried to do so. And
really? I've never heard of a president trying to do it.
They do it behind closed doors. You don't know they're trying to do
Become the president for life?
To get rid of term limits.
I have never heard that not once of anybody trying to get rid of since, I don't know, Roosevelt maybe.
Yeah, in the early days.
Have you heard of it?
Not in recent history, but Trump wouldn't surprise me, although I think he was joking. So I heard a little bit of the audio, and it is tough to hear, but people were laughing. This was an event where everybody's cracking jokes. It's a roast kind of a thing.
All right.
And he was being a pretty good sport and self-deprecating. He made a joke about all the turmoil and people leaving the White House, and he wonders if next is going to be Scott Kelly or Melania. So he was, but there weren't cameras there, so it's not like we have.
Well, apparently there were cameras there.
Well, yeah, somebody was holding their cell phone up.
And so some people weren't entirely sure at first if he was joking or not. So some Democrats spoke out and were like, this is crazy.
Right.
And
they're right, by the way. Even though he was joking, they're still right. It's crazy, and he's crazy. And if he thought there were any chance to do it, he would probably take a stab.
I don't know how much fun he's having.
No,
I think early on, remember he gave a private interview. I don't even know if it was an interview or it was just talking, and it again got recorded. And he said, "This job is not what I expected. It's much harder than my old job."
Yeah.
So I'm not sure how much he loves it.
Well, Roosevelt did serve 4 terms, 1932. Then there was an amendment to the Constitution in 1951 that limits presidents to 2 terms. In order to change that, it would require the initial support of 2/3 of both the House and the Congress.
Well, that's it. It's out.
Yeah.
Or 2/3 of state legislators. And then it would need to be ratified by 3/4 of the states. So presidents have looked into this, was my understanding, and everybody tells them not happening.
It's my understanding that after the end of the second term, gray-haired presidents went out immediately. That's my understanding.
And they're all gray-haired
They
by the end of the second term.
look like the father of the guy that got elected.
Right.
Police have released video from a security camera capturing an unprovoked attack at a Redbox store. So this was the video rental machine outside of a convenience store. 9 o'clock at night, it says 7-Eleven, and a woman is standing there looking at all the different movies that she could get from Redbox. She's trying to make her decision. She's looking. She's just taking a look, taking her time like you do when you go to get a video from Redbox. But there's a man waiting behind her. He stands there for a couple seconds, then decides he's tired of waiting, shoves her, pushes her to the ground, walks up to the machine, takes his own video out, and leaves while she's on the ground hurt.
Well, it's sad, yet provoked.
I
When you say an
understand,
unprovoked attack,
Right.
I'm thinking some crazy guy just walks up, hits her, and walks away. He's standing behind lady who's looking at the red box. It has all of 4 choices on it or whatever it has. Clocks her, doesn't do crazy things to her while she's on the ground, gets his movie, and possibly goes, huh, and then leaves. Yet he should go to jail. You can't do that.
Yeah,
Man,
right.
woman, or child, you can't attack the people at the red box. But having said that, totally provoked.
You get it. Yeah, I get it too.
Yeah.
And they have a website. You can figure out in that exact Redbox location what's there and plan it out. You should know what you're going to get before you go there. Uh-oh.
There's people like me, Paul, that would never think of that in a million years.
Yeah, but
if there's
they
a red
should.
box somewhere, I'm going to drive to it and I'm going to stand there. And if somebody hits me on the head and drops me to the ground, I'm going to go, man, I should have gone to Paul's website.
Exactly.
Police in Maryland say a car blew up with a man inside because he lit a cigarette after spritzing himself with Axe body spray.
That stuff's awesome. Man, I'm sorry. Is he dead or? Oh, he's probably bummed. That's for sure.
He's bummed.
He's bummed, yeah.
When you were wearing a lot of Axe body spray, were you still a smoker at the time?
I don't really remember, but that would not have stopped me, most certainly.
Catching
Remember,
on fire.
I told you I used to smoke cigarettes while pumping gas because I thought everything was a
yeah,
myth.
it's
Yeah.
crazy.
And by the way, I never blew it up.
You're still here. Yeah.
I'm right here. Look at me, right here. And as handsome as ever.
yeah.
Authorities say the cigarette and Axe body spray combination caused a sudden and violent expansion of the air molecules in the car.
That's their slogan, by the way, I believe. Axe Body's way, slowly expand, or whatever it is.
It created a boom that pushed the roof up, shattered the front windows,
It raised the
blew-
roof.
The roof is on fire.
Yeah.
That's not his axe spray, really.
It blew the doors open.
Well, that's one way to get inside.
The driver had to be taken into the hospital. They thought he had some hearing damage, but he wasn't covered in too many burns. He did have some burns, but they said it was such a quick poof, blowing out like a kapow, I guess. A ba-bam. Is that better?
Then what?
Do you have
maniac?
more?
I said poof, and you didn't like that one.
Kapow, ba-bam.
Yeah. They said he was taken to the burn unit, but he's going to be okay. I'm going to guess not going to use Axe body spray for
Oh,
a
he
while.
totally will.
Not soon. You know how much that would hurt your skin if you're freshly burnt?
Ooh. A 33-year-old woman told police that an unidentified person has been breaking into her car. Now, I thought of you, Danny,
Yeah, I
because
thought of me.
you often leave your car open.
Right.
And
Not anymore because of that rat bastard.
Oh, I don't know why you're pointing at Paul.
Yeah, I didn't do it.
Hey, I don't completely believe that.
But you had been the victim of car prowling.
Yeah.
More than once, if I
And
remember.
well, yeah,
correctly.
no, several times. And after a while, I was kind of mad that we weren't locking the door after like the third time. And I don't know that it was only the third time because we only knew for sure it was the third time when he'd leave the brochures and papers out and the armrest up and stuff like that. How many times did he not do that? And we didn't know he was there.
Yeah. Well, this woman says she is the victim of a car prowl, but she has been locking her vehicle. It's an older car. It's a Nissan Rogue. It's not like a brand new, so maybe it's easier to break in. But she went to the police and said, somebody has broken into my Nissan Rogue, and they're leaving something behind instead of taking something out. And the police said, well, what are they leaving? And she said, number 2.
That's gross. Well, it's your old boyfriend.
Oh,
It is.
Somebody's mad at you for
No,
sure.
I was looking at Sarah. It's your old
Oh,
boyfriend.
yeah.
I don't know why he's doing that. He's still traumatized.
She said it has happened every night for a week.
Lock your car. Oh, she did.
She is locking her car. She says, I don't understand how they're getting in. The Lord told me not to buy the car, and I did. It has been
Don't do it.
happening.
When the Lord, it's one thing about Blue Book or Carfax, you still can go ahead on an impulse. But when God says don't buy the road,
But sometimes you get a feeling like maybe I shouldn't do this.
yeah, all the time.
And then you do it anyway.
Want to see one?
And then
the thing
somebody
I
goes
know
number
I
2.
shouldn't do? Ask me what I'm doing.
What are you doing?
Do you know what I'm doing?
The worm? The wave?
Has been locking. That's what she said. See, and God told me, don't do that. It's the radio and Paul's a maniac. Don't do it.
Listen to him.
Somebody's going to poop in your car now, man.
Again?
My ex-boyfriend. Let me get him up on my phone. Apples.
Do you have your boyfriend's phone number?
Oh, she
Several.
for sure does, yeah.
What's wrong with you?
I'm friends with most of my exes.
Yeah. I bet Matt loves that.
Well, there's two things that can happen.
Yeah.
One, Matt hates that, and she's a terrible wife. Or two, Matt doesn't care because she's a terrible wife. But no matter what, you got to come out as a terrible wife, I think.
There are one or two who are not good people, and like I said, making some bad choices. But God tells you not to do that, and you do it anyway. But for the most part, I'm friends with all my exes.
My ex-girlfriends would not put me out if I was on fire.
I don't even think your ex-wives would.
No, well, only if I'm still sending money.
Some fancy headquarters in what's called Apple Park in California, Northern California.
Is that giant spaceship-looking thing?
Yes.
Yeah, I like that.
It's Apple's spaceship headquarters, and it's futuristic, and it's all glass, and it's beautiful and modern and sleek and crazy. But according to employees, lots of people have been walking into walls. In fact, the contractor, while he was making this, started getting some complaints, and then he walked into one of the glass walls. According to the San Francisco...
Oh, does that mean my mom has to go and stick on those little butterflies that she did on our sliding glass door so we wouldn't smash into it?
According to the San Francisco Chronicle, they are getting a lot of 911 calls. So the address you gave me is Apple Park Way. Is that where you need an ambulance? Yes. Well, tell me exactly what happened. We had an individual run into a glass wall. They hit their head. They have a cut on their head, and they're bleeding. They're disoriented. They said this is the call, constantly. It's that same call over and over.
Who's sprinting down the halls of Apple's
They
headquarters?
they hustle at Apple.
They got stuff to do.
That's a problem. And how many birds are they killing?
No, well, exactly the same amount as almost everyone else. All windows are clear. That's why they're
but
called
said
windows.
This is an entirely giant clear building that they
They're
must be
killing
tons of them.
1,100 birds.
Thank you.
It's mostly internal walls that are causing the problems. I don't think the birds are flying
The birds
around the
are
hall.
fine.
It's like we opened up the conference room and all these doves flew out and they hit the wall.
Baltimore firefighters made record time arriving at the scene of a fire, and that's because it broke out in the building that houses the fire department.
Wow, that's convenient.
The building had an electrical fire that triggered an evacuation of this 85,000 square foot building. And it's the finances, it's the information technologies department for the city, and the fire department. They said they got their lickety split. They just kind of had to go downstairs with the truck and hook it up. But they're trying to figure out how did this catch on fire?
Yeah, it's a reasonable question. The fire department's on fire. I want an explanation.
You'd think they would know, almost immediately.
Well,
right?
the
They're
fact
fire
that it was an
department.
electrical fire makes me think, I don't know, electricity may
Yeah.
have caused it.
Well, there is final word on who is considered a millennial. This has been an argument going on for quite a while. Exactly what year, exactly how old are you to be a millennial?
All right, I'm interested in this.
This is the Pew Research Center.
Well, their information stinks.
And they have now ruled,
Yeah.
Pew has ruled individuals born between 1981 and 1996, meaning those who are currently between the ages of 22 and 37, are officially deemed members of being a millennial.
Have you been deemed a member?
I was just off. So I was born in 1980, so I'm off by 1 year.
So what are you, an
I'm
X?
almost, I don't know. Is there something
Yeah,
after?
this is all such a hassle.
Is there a
'Cause Amy
Y?
used to say, I'm the world's oldest millennial because this is the last year that you can be born is the year she was born.
Yeah.
Now there's an extra year. She was born in 82, and now it's 81.
Yep, they moved it a little bit.
Is there an X, a Y, and even a Z maybe?
There is.
Am I Z then?
The Z they're saying is post-millennial.
Okay, then I'm not Z.
Some people are trying to say post-millennial. Some people say it's Z. There's not a lot of consensus on that one because Gen X was a given. Baby boomers was a given. And they're like, well, I'm kind of Gen Y. Like, I'm kind of a millennial. And
I'm a Y, I think.
do you identify as Y?
I think so. But is that what comes right before a millennial?
I believe so.
Okay, I'm
Yeah.
And I'm a boomer. No two ways about that.
Yeah.
It's a lot easier when you know who you
Yeah.
are.
Yes.
A new study has shown men are real softies when it comes to nostalgia.
They make medication for that. You're a real softie?
Yeah.
Take this when the moment arises.
84% of men surveyed still have at least one stuffed animal, and that's compared to 77% of women. 40% of adults say they still interact with the stuffed animal, but for the most part, it's not being able to get rid of something from childhood.
I will tell you right now, I walk into a girl's house that I'm dating or anything, and I see one stuffed animal or 100 stuffed animals. They all have to go. Not because, just because I know that your ex-boyfriend won that for you at a county fair. I don't care. We're not having that thing in this house. And she'll say, we've been on one date. And I say, I don't care. If you want me, get rid of the Pokemon.
Now, I'd imagine the question is, the answer is no for you, Danny, because you had such a tumultuous 80s.
Yeah.
But do you have any sort of stuffed
Oh,
animal
I
like
used to have
that?
tons. I
but
used to have
not
a whole
anymore.
bunch. Yeah, I would imagine we threw them all out, but I really did. I had a bunch. I thought it was kind of adorable for a guy, a gruff character like me, to have a little dinosaur or whatever.
And Paul, do you have a stuffed animal left over?
Not
from
of my
childhood?
own, but my house is obviously covered in stuffed animals. So I'm okay there.
But nothing from your childhood.
No, nothing I have left.
And Derek, you?
No, none of my childhood stuffed animals still around.
You have one that you purchased recently?
Yeah, of course.
They have the claw game at Bell's or whatever that place is.
It's time for today's Things Are Not Right in Florida Story of the Day.
Yay!
I like to add things every now and again, for
Yeah.
God's
I
sake.
like that.
Thank you.
I like it. Researchers studying the invasive Burmese pythons in Florida found something very unusual.
Yeah, giant snakes in Florida.
Yeah.
The invasive Burmese pythons, they often have kills because they're not supposed to be there. They wreak havoc. They eat a lot of wildlife. They destroy all of the wetlands.
They keep getting on the plane.
They get in the plane.
All
Yep,
right,
yep,
they
yep.
come up your toilet.
Yeah.
Wildlife biologists were tracking these Burmese pythons, and they found an 11-foot-long python that was misshapen. It had a huge bulge in it. They
Don't we all?
Apparently, I'm a python.
they were watching it, and it regurgitated an entire deer.
Well, that's gross.
That is gross.
35
didn't
pound
the deer have horns?
The deer? No, female deer don't have typically don't have horns.
Oh, it was Bambi.
It was Bambi.
That
snake
snake
ate
killed
Bambi.
Bambi.
Yeah. It did not have, I should say, horns yet.
Why?
Was,
The girl ones get horns?
I think they get those little nubs, like little giraffe.
Because I saw a picture of a snake eating something huge, and I thought, well, that can't be a deer because the horns would be, what are they called? Rack.
The rack,
would
yeah.
be going through its spine at this point. They don't have spines. That's why they're snakes. But you know
This
what I
is
mean.
a 35-pound deer. The snake, 31 pounds. It ate a 35-pound deer.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Things are not right in Florida.
No, they are not.
Oh, Florida.
Oh, Florida.
Oh, Florida.
Gross. When we come back, we've got music, news, entertainment, and sports. What KZOK band has an album that just made history? Like crazy cool history. The Oscars were last night. We have got the good, the bad. We've got some audio of the good and the bad. It was a wild weekend in sports. We'll talk about all of it next.
This traffic report is brought to you by Staples. On State Route 167 northbound at 41st Street in Kent, there is an accident currently blocking the shoulder. And on I-5 southbound in Seattle at 130th Street, there was an earlier accident that has been cleared, but you are still seeing some pretty long delays as you make your way through that area. Staples can help your business stand out with custom printed signs, banners, and brochures. Now at Staples, get $5 off your next print and marketing services purchase when you spend $50 or more. Standout materials equals outstanding results. Offer in-store only, ends 3/24. Exclusions apply. Staples. I'm Derek, and that's your look at traffic on 102.5 KZOK.
This weather report is brought to you by Community Transit. We're looking at some cloudy skies for most of the day, highs in the upper 40s, and there's a small chance of light rain this morning. There is some good news, though, clearing up tomorrow with sunshine on Wednesday and Tuesday with highs in the low 50s. Looking for a career with excellent benefits? Community Transit is hosting a job fair in Everett on March 14th starting at 10 a.m. For more information, visit communitytransit.org/jobs. That was your weather. I'm Tori on 102.5 KZOK.
Starting with music news, Journey fans continue to embrace the band's 1988 Greatest Hits album with open arms. The compilation has made a very rare chart milestone. This record from Journey has become the third album ever. This has only happened 3 times in the 61-year history of the Billboard 200 to spend 500 weeks on the charts.
Wow, that's crazy. That's 10 years.
That's forever.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Bob Marley and the Wailers did it. 510 weeks on the charts. And Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon, 937.
Crazy.
So history for Journey. And it's
Now, and
understandable.
the English version of that, whatever the chart is in England and the UK, I think Bat Out of Hell has been on it for 20 years or something
Really?
crazy like that. Yeah.
That Bob Marley Legend CD, that's the one
Yep.
that you have
Yeah.
to rebuy every time you lose it, even if you
Yep.
never listen to
Every
it.
time you move,
have
every
to have
time your
it,
girlfriend leaves.
True.
Right.
Well, this greatest hits has Don't Stop Believin', Wheel in the Sky, Faithfully, Any Way You Want It, Who's Crying Now, Separate Ways, Lights, and Open Arms. So understandable.
Wow. That's quite the great album.
Yeah.
James Hetfield of Metallica now has a little bit land in which to roam. According to the Mercury News, he has donated 1,000 acres of land to the Marin Agricultural Land Trust, which works to preserve farmlands in Marin County, California. James Hetfield has long held roots in California. They started the band there in 1981.
I had no idea.
They moved, they were in like at the middle of nowhere, California, then moved into San Francisco in 1983. He purchased over 1,000 acres in the Lucas Valley in Marin County back in 1999 and decided he wanted to donate it for farm
Man,
lands.
I would imagine that was a little bit pricey.
Yeah.
1,000
Yeah.
acres in Marin County,
Right.
one of the top expensive zip codes in the
Yep.
country.
Yeah, and you think if he bought
Is it Marin
that,
County where everybody makes computers? What, Silicon Valley?
Silicon Valley.
Isn't that Marin County?
I think so, or bordering on it for sure.
Wow.
he and his family currently reside in Vail, Colorado, another extremely pricey
Yeah.
zip code.
Apparently he's doing all right.
He's doing
I
okay.
read that, yeah.
A 17-year-old Welsh man, or teenager, has been sentenced to 11 years in prison.
For not paying his bets.
He was convicted of plotting an Islamic State-inspired
Wow,
attack.
I killed Paul.
It was not unexpected, but it still just got me, man.
Yeah, that's awesome. Then I had the balls to say it.
So this man, kid,
Wow.
teen,
Yeah, sorry.
he was planning an ISIS-inspired attack on a Justin Bieber concert.
That's not funny.
It's not funny. Paul.
He had planned on
I'm sorry.
wreaking havoc at last summer's Justin Bieber performance. This guy lives in Wales. The judge said that they understand that he's got some issues, but that he still had been planning mass destruction and killing people at a Justin Bieber concert. So he has been sentenced to 11 years in
Wow.
prison. They say he's on the autistic spectrum, and the judge said, I don't care.
And did he have the means to go through with it? Did
Yep.
he have? Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, if you know what, if you if I'm looking at you have Down syndrome and you've said crazy things, I think that's part and parcel with your, it's not a disease, but your
Well, and he's autistic, though, not...
autistic, I'm sorry, thank you. But if he's straight enough where he can go to a store and buy a gun or get weapons of mass destruction, man, yeah, I'll put him in jail too.
Yeah.
Well, the iHeartRadio Music Awards are almost here. They're happening this Sunday night from the Forum in LA. It's going to be a who's who of celebrities and artists on stage and, of course, in the audience. And you never know what's going to happen with these crazy musicians. You'll be able to watch on TBS, TNT, and True TV. It is this Sunday. And later in the show, we are going to reveal one of the award winners ahead of the show, but it's happening Sunday and it will be exciting.
Really? We're going to spoiler alert one of the winners?
We are, yeah.
Awesome.
Envelope, please.
Really?
No,
That's kind of cool.
Well, the 90th Academy Awards were last night, hosted by Jimmy Kimmel. And they, have a lot of behind-the-scenes awards as well because the ceremonies are way too long.
Right.
So some of those awards do get handed out beforehand. But last night, Jimmy Kimmel started, talking a lot of politics, but of course, there were plenty of moments of funny.
Oscar is the most beloved and respected man in Hollywood, and there's a very good reason why. Just look at him. Keeps his hands where you can see them. Never says a rude word. And most importantly, no penis at all.
Now, you remember that movie about, was it John Paul Getty?
Yeah.
And it was supposed to star
All the money in the world.
Yeah. It was supposed to star Kevin Spacey. They removed him and put in Christopher Plummer. Well, he was there. He was nominated. And in
Who was?
Christopher Plummer.
I thought, what's his face was there?
Not Kevin Spacey.
So Christopher Plummer was in the audience when Jimmy Kimmel told a joke at his expense.
We have our oldest acting nominee ever, the magnificent Christopher Plummer. He's 88 years old and still going strong. Chris, maybe this is not the place. There's something I want to be asking. How does Lin-Manuel Miranda compare to the real Alexander Hamilton?
That's pretty funny. You know
Margot,
what? I would not have said his age. The joke is better if you just said the oldest one ever.
Yeah.
Hey, and then you play that. But if you go 88, then he wasn't there. He wasn't even here for the turn of the century.
You do the math.
You're a butt face on this joke.
Margot Robbie, beautiful Margot Robbie,
Yeah.
was nominated for her role playing Tanya Harding in
I said nay on that one.
I, Tanya. Well, she also was the part of the Open with Jimmy Kimmel.
Margot Robbie had a great year, too. Margot scored her first nomination for her portrayal of Tanya Harding in I, Tanya, and was terrific. Whose kneecaps did Tanya Harding have to break to get this casting? Because, that was... If they made a movie about my life, best case scenario, I'd be played by Jim Belushi.
Now, they did something a little bit unusual. They've gotten so much flack for the music that plays people off the stage,
Right.
like cutting off people's speeches. So Jimmy Kimmel said they're going to be doing things a little bit
Do you remember
differently.
when Julia Roberts
Yeah.
called the conductor Stick Man, and he'd won like 5 Academy Awards? Yeah, don't wave that thing at me, Stick Man. Like, ugh.
Well, Jimmy Kimmel said they're going to be doing things a little bit differently this year.
This is a really long show. So here's what we're going to do. Not saying you shouldn't give a long speech, but whoever gives the shortest speech tonight will go home with. Johnny, tell them what they'll win.
It's a brand new jet ski. Cruise in comfort on the 2018 Kawasaki Ultra 310LX, the #1 choice for watercraft enthusiasts. Retail price, $17,999.
Wow.
Back to you, Jimmy.
Thank you, Helen. Thank you, Helen Mirren not included. So
She was the model.
He really did
there
it,
you
too.
go.
He gave it
Why
away.
waste precious time thanking your mom when you could be taking her for the ride of her life on a brand new jet ski.
And it did seem like a joke, but at the end, they did give somebody the jet ski.
I would have been very mad if I went up there and gave a short speech
Yeah.
and it turned out to be a joke.
Yeah.
Because I even practiced my speech, if you'd like to know.
Yeah.
I said I'd like to thank my mother, who always supported me. I'd like to thank my wife, Amy, and I would like to thank that guy right there. And I'd point to some guy I don't know in the front row. Then I would do the mic dropping thing, and I'd go, boom, jet ski. That was my speech.
So the guy who won did give just a brief speech, but he was a winner for costume designer. It seems like a lot of times if you're not an actor, actress, director, your speeches oftentimes are shorter anyway.
Oh, see, I disagree vehemently. I think they get up there with 25 guys and start thanking folks I never heard of.
Sometimes.
Yeah,
I
think
have
that's
his
crazy.
speech if you want to hear it here.
Sure.
Oh, first I want to thank Paul Thomas Anderson for writing this amazing script and having me design it. Thank you, Paul. To our wonderful actors, Daniel, Leslie, Vicky, the whole company of actors who were such
Already
great
too long.
collaborators
Yeah,
on
too
this
long.
film.
What do I care?
My brilliant crew in London
What do you do,
who
hairstyling?
worked tirelessly to make beautiful
thing?
dresses and get them on
Costume
camera.
design? Yeah, somebody has to
Thank
design the
you.
costume.
And of course, the Academy. Thank you very much.
Oh, you totally would have won the jet ski,
I totally
Danny.
want the jet ski. Want to hear it again? Because I practiced it. I'd thank my mom who always stood by me, my wife Amy. She's been wonderful. And that guy right there, boom, jet ski.
Yeah, I like it.
I'm in 8 seconds, man.
But you have to win an Academy Award first, right? Not that you won't, but I'm just saying, like,
what a mean,
next year is probably going to be the year.
I don't know that you know this, that I'm aware. I'm not that crazy. I think I'm going to get a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame someday.
and
I
you
do not
should.
think I'm going to get an Academy Award.
Okay, thank God.
If they gave out awards for butt faces, I would hand it to you right now.
Nobody was played off, okay? So they did not usher anybody off the stage.
Right.
But the most talked about moment from last night's Academy Awards was Frances McDormand. She won for Best Actress, her role in 3 Billboards Over Ebbing, Missouri. And here is just part of her speech.
If I may be so honored to have all the female nominees in every category stand with me in this room tonight.
I wouldn't have
The
done it.
actors, Meryl, if you do it, everybody else will. Come on. The filmmakers, the producers, the directors, the writers, the cinematographer,
You get a car. You get a car.
The designers. Come on.
She went a little Howard Dean there.
Yeah. Stand with me. Oh my God, what's she doing?
Okay, look around, everybody. Look around, ladies and gentlemen, because we all have stories to tell and projects we need finance. Don't talk to us about it at the parties tonight. Invite us into your office in a couple
don't
of
do that.
days,
Don't
or you
grab
can
my
come to ours,
boobs.
whichever suits you best, and we'll tell you all about them. I have 2 words to leave with you tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Inclusion rider.
So the Twitter universe blew up immediately.
To
Everyone
find out what the hell that is?
finding out what it is.
Yeah, because I have no idea. I heard that, and then I heard the crowd go silent, and clearly no one
Yeah.
else knew what it meant either.
An inclusion rider is a clause in an actor's contract that requires the cast and crew to be diverse in order to retain that actor. So if you want me to be in your movie, I want more women. I want more people of color. I want more people who are of ethnic diversity. If you want me, it can't be all men.
Where has this been hiding, the inclusion rider?
I guess most people wouldn't be so bold to ask for one.
So it's not in their contracts.
You would
Already,
ask for
and-
it to be in your contract. You want me to
So
be in your movie.
what if you're doing Get Out?
Yeah.
Well, that's mostly that's a black and white cast, but I mean, there are certain projects that are not going to be that diverse by the nature of the project.
Right. But if you are going to get your Academy Award winning role and you say, okay, yes, I am going to play Howard Dean and I want an inclusion rider to make sure that 50% of people working on my movie are women
No,
or men.
no. I'm against
Well, you're
it.
a man, so of course
No,
you're
but you
against
also
it.
said men, and I'm against that one too.
Yeah.
I'm against anybody dictating who's in my movie. I produced it. I wrote it. I got the financing for it. Whatever it is, shut up a little bit. Take your paycheck, or I'll get somebody else.
Well, that's why most people probably wouldn't ask for it. But she's saying, big named actors at the Academy Awards, it could be a bold moment for women who are underrepresented.
It's a bold movement for a one-eyed fat man, but if you're a one-eyed fat man, you probably wouldn't have to do it.
Well, the history was made. There was a woman nominated for the first time in cinematography. That has never happened. She did not win. Also,
That's because women can't see color. Is that right? Oh, that's not right.
I've not heard that.
Best Original Screenplay went to a black man for the first time. A
Oh,
black
they can see
person
color.
for the first time.
I knew it was something.
Peele won for Get Out. James Ivory won for the oldest Oscar winner. He is 89 years old.
Being older than Christopher Plummer.
Yep.
Yeah.
If Christopher Plummer had won and he had lost, and he would have been the oldest man. But he was the oldest to win at 89. And Kobe Bryant, won an Oscar for Best Animated Short Film, which is funny because he's very tall.
He is very. Was there a big to-do about Kobe Bryant?
No.
Oh.
No, and he thanked his wife, and it was kind of like, whatever.
Wow.
He thanked his wife and his mistress.
Girlfriend.
That lady he paid off in
Yeah.
Colorado. Let's take a look at sports.
Sports.
Brought to you by Bradley Johnson Attorneys. If you're facing a DUI, call 1-800-DUI-AWAY, 1-800-DUI-AWAY. Over the weekend, the NHL Seattle announced they are no longer accepting season ticket deposits after they got 33,000 by 5 o'clock on Friday.
Which is, if everybody bought 2, that's about how many? No, that's way bigger.
I
than
think
Key
that's
Arena.
the total number of seats, but it's still way bigger than Key Arena.
They said a wait list is now open, so you can still get involved, but you will not be guaranteed season tickets like the people who put in these deposits. And at spring training, the Mariners beat the Rangers 10-7 yesterday.
Woo!
Today's an off day. They will be playing the Rockies tomorrow at 5:40. Well, baseball is right around the corner at Safeco Field, but we are going to be there this weekend, Saturday night, baby.
Saturday night.
Get your tickets now, whiskeyrocksnw.com. The event sells out each year. It's just $65. You get parking. You get 10 tastings of some of the finest whiskeys from around the world. I mean, it's amazing when you go to see some of the whiskeys that you know you can't afford and you get to drink it anyway.
Yeah, they've got lots of a lot of the brands that are represented are also available for purchase there at special deals. So
Yeah, that's
cool
right.
too.
I forgot about that. Well, at spring training, Seahawks quarterback Russell Wilson made it into the game. We weren't expecting him to play.
We were not.
He did on Friday with permission. He got an at bat. He was the pinch hitter for Aaron Judge. He struck out.
But you know what? It seemed like the story had the trajectory of being awesome. And
Yeah.
then it didn't.
Yeah, and I said for sure the Seahawks would never let him actually play in a game, and I was wrong. But
And I thought if they do let him play, they're going to, softball him, if you will, so he can get a hit, plus guaranteed he doesn't get hurt. None of those things happen, Paul. Well, you know what? I got an idea. I got a prediction. We should stop making predictions.
right? But I think the deal was they said, yeah, you can get an at bat as long as you just stand there and watch 3 strikes go by.
No, he swung,
He
didn't
swung.
he?
Yeah.
Swung.
He swung.
He swung.
Okay.
He did not take to the field, though.
Correct,
So
yeah.
I thought he wasn't going to play at all. Like Paul, I was pretty surprised that he got the at-bat. And then I watched throughout the rest of the weekend to see. I watched spring training baseball, man, and he didn't get another at-bat.
And Yankee spring training baseball
right?
at that. Wow.
Do you know how much that hurt?
I bet.
The baseball bat Babe Ruth may have used to swat his mythical called shot home run in the 1932 World Series is up for sale. This is a bat that is expected to fetch $500,000.
But you said legend has it or something like that. What'd you say, the opening of this?
Mythical.
Mythical. Oh, okay. So it's real.
Yeah.
Though it's not like you've heard that this bat does it, but there's no proof. It's the bat.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So it's, they said they don't know if he really intended to call his shot. It's like, I'm going to hit one out of the park. Or if it was just kind of
Well,
happenstance.
here's all my entire knowledge of baseball. I believe that he actually called it twice. He called it, he pointed, and swung away and missed.
And
Yeah.
then did it again.
And they did it again. And then he hit it out of the park for a little Johnny in the hospital or some such thing.
In their MLS opener, the Sounders lost to LAFC 1-0. Their next MLS game is Sunday, March 18th against FC Dallas. And there is a sports team making news for all the wrong reasons. This is a high school team, Madison Park High School, girls basketball. They were losing at halftime, which often happens, but the score was 48-4.
Oh.
Wow, how can you even do that? Did you say basketball?
Yep.
Wow.
Their competitor, East Bridgewater High School, continued full court press. Left
Is
all their.
there any chance that all they're dwarves?
What?
Are they a regular, healthy team?
You do see blowouts, but I mean, not this bad. And
Yeah.
typically in any sport, when it becomes a massive blowout, you take out your starters.
Yeah.
You
Right.
get your bench in. You give other kids or even adults a chance.
Put the equipment manager in there.
yeah, but the handicapped kid from Jersey.
Yeah.
They kept everybody in full court press and beat them 93-7.
I kind of like it.
Oh, you're so mean.
Paul, me, no.
How old are these girls?
High school.
It's high school, yeah.
Crush
You
their
got
dreams immediately.
take it.
Let them know that this is how life could work out.
Basketball 93-7. The superintendent is now apologizing, saying this does not reflect our athletic program.
What, winning?
Yeah, excellence.
Meanness? It's a sport.
All
Being
of those
that
things.
mean. Ouch. And that is your sports, brought to you by Bradley Johnson Attorneys at 1-800-DUI-OA.
Let me take a minute to discuss 1-800-DUI-OA because Washington has tough laws. You could lose your license. At the very least, you could go to jail. If the unfortunate happens to you, you need a lawyer. Call 1-800-DUI-OA. They fight for their clients. They'll meet you free of charge in Seattle, Everett, or Tacoma. 1-800-DUI-OA. That is 1-800-DUI-OA.
This traffic report is brought to you by Bell Red Energy Solutions. On I-5 southbound at 130th Street in North Seattle, we're seeing some stop-and-go traffic causing about a 30-minute delay. And in Linwood on 405 southbound, also some bad traffic there as you make your way between I-5 and 160th Street. If you have any plumbing needs, Bell Red Energy Solutions is here to help. They offer quality service from highly qualified plumbers who can help you with any problem, big or small. Maintenance, repair, or installation, they can do it all. Contact your plumbing experts today, Bell Red, bellred.com. I'm Derek, and that's your look at traffic on 102.5 KZOK.
It is 2 minutes after 7 a.m. right here, and I'd like to remind you, coming up at 7:20 this morning, we had a new game. You're going to love it. It's called Name That Knockout. Playing, you can win a pair of tickets to go with me if you would like to battle at the boat number 115 at the EQC. Wow. That's awesome. Did you do that?
Well, we were talking about the Academy Awards, the history-making Academy Awards.
Yeah.
Some people wouldn't miss it for the world.
I'm not one of them.
Yeah, you didn't watch it?
I couldn't. I find it so awkward and irritating and stuff. I watched the opening because Amy made me. And then when the first people came on that had no script and they're terrible at speaking and they're at the Academy Awards, I can't take it. I went downstairs to bed.
Well, a lot of people have parties, and it's a big deal. And, some people like to dress up. You've got themed food from the movies. For a lot of people, it is a must not miss.
Right.
Can't miss? Yeah.
A must see.
Must see.
There you go.
There you go.
But, there's some of these events I think that, you can't miss. But then there's other events you're like, wouldn't really care if that never happened again.
Yeah.
I guess for you wouldn't really care if the Oscars happened
Wouldn't
again.
care that much about the Grammys either. No, I would not care. And this is a big, gigantic thing that people love. But if it went away, I'd be fine. And I wouldn't even notice, except for maybe Valvoline commercials. The Daytona 500 can go away. And not that I'm mad at it or anything. If you're asking the question, what would not be missed? What do you don't need? I do not need the Daytona 500.
I think a lot of people would disagree with that, no?
Yeah, they would. Hence the point.
Well, yeah, and it's certainly just people's taste. Everybody's taste is completely different. I don't get the car racing. I would be fine if all of them just disappeared.
Yeah, I picked the Daytona 500 specifically. I don't even know the name of another car race, to be honest with you.
Indy 500.
Le Mans, Indy 500, yeah, they can all go away as far as I'm concerned.
Which is the one where they dump milk on themselves?
That's Daytona, I think.
I don't get that. You're going to stink.
And does the milk dumping come because they always used to do champagne? And does that come from you shouldn't drive a vehicle drinking champagne or some such thing?
I don't know why it started, but now it's just something that the Dairy Commission pays for.
Somebody doesn't drink, I think, would be the thing. Hey, Derek, you're just sitting there being very handsome, young man. Can you, I was about to say something mean to him, and he hasn't done anything wrong yet. Can you find out why they do milk at the end of the Daytona 500? Thank you, buddy.
Well, we'll ask you guys the question. What is something you would or would not miss if it went away? For a lot of people, if the Academy Awards just never happened again, they'd be super sad.
Fine with it. Fine. If they told me in the newspaper, if those still exist,
yeah.
If they told me in the newspaper who would want a private ceremony, I'd be okay with that. But stopping my TV on a major network channel for 4 hours, whatever it is, nay.
Derek, did you find it?
Yeah, it dates back to 1936. It's the Indianapolis 500, and the winner, Louis Meyer, regularly drank buttermilk to refresh himself, and he drank some in Victory Lane that day, and an executive at the Milk Foundation was so elated by it that it became a tradition.
Right. I remember that when you said buttermilk, I went, oh, yeah, I've heard this story.
I just didn't realize it was that old.
Yeah, me either. I thought it was in the 80s.
Well, that's why it tastes that way. The buttermilk is that old.
It wasn't buttermilk.
800-252-1025. What is something you would or maybe would not miss if one day it just went away? Call us right now.
So the Academy Awards were last night, and whether you loved them or hated them, some interesting things happened, some interesting things were said. But I could, if they vanished, I would be fine. And then the question to you out there in Radioland is, what is something that could just go away or stay, and you would or would not care? If I made that abundantly clear, no, I don't think so. 1-800-252-1025.
Bill in Lakewood, good morning.
Morning, Bill.
Good morning. Good morning, guys. How are you?
We're well. What do you got for us?
So anyway, this is something that's getting ready to start again, and that is daylight savings time. I hate it.
So
Can't
you
stand
could
it.
live without it, is what you're saying.
I could live without it. I don't know why we still do it.
Well, I'll tell you this,
with you.
Bill, when because we can see what you're calling about, and it's got like 2 or 3 word explanation, and it says Bill Lakewood daylight saving time, and Sarah said genius, and she doesn't usually talk that way about you, Bill,
Or anyone, really.
Yeah, really, that's true. So you have won us over because I agree. Do we all agree on that? If
Yeah.
they change that, we wouldn't care.
100%.
And I think it's supposed to be something for me as a farmer.
Farmer,
I
it
don't
is.
really even know what it is or what my benefit is supposed to be, but yeah, I'm fine with it going
And
away.
it's happening this weekend. We're going to lose an hour of sleep
Yeah.
Saturday into Sunday.
Did the Mayans care?
No, they didn't care.
Although they got wiped out.
Didn't work out all that well for them.
Okay, maybe it's important. Thank you, Bill.
Yeah, but that's something that could disappear and we wouldn't miss them, right? The
Mayans?
Mayans. I mean, when have the Mayans? What have they done for you lately?
First of all, they did disappear, and I miss them terribly. I have a calendar on my wall that says where'd they go.
What is something you would or would not miss if it just went away? Let's hear from Austin and Port Orchard.
Hey, Austin,
How's it going?
it's all good.
I would not miss seeing shows like American Idol.
Boy, I would agree with you because I never watched American Idol even once. But then I watched a show called The Voice, and that won me back over. But I think that was mostly Blake Shelton.
Yeah.
And then what's the one that we have, the iHeart show?
The 4.
The
The
four.
Four.
Yeah.
I watched that a couple of times just because I want to be a good employee. That's one of our shows. I thought that was pretty good. So
You
I
guys
might
wanted
have
to shout about it.
What?
You guys wanted to shout about
Challenge!
it.
Oh yeah, Jones. How do you always know what she's talking about? So I don't know that I completely agree. I don't know that I'd stay up nights if it were gone.
I'd be okay with it.
Yeah.
I'm with Austin. Yeah.
Really, all reality TV, and no disrespect to somebody who may have done fantastic reality television.
Thank you.
In the past,
And gotten paid.
yeah, and made good money off it. But I wouldn't be. It wouldn't hurt my feelings if all reality TV disappeared.
Oh, I
Yeah.
disagree vehemently, man. Some
What do you
reality
watch?
show is great. Well, you forget what is reality and what isn't. First of all, all talk shows are non-scripted, so they would fall under the umbrella of reality. But that's when I first watched Survivor back in the day. That was great. So the Survivor, because I thought that was fantastic.
That's a good point.
Oh,
'Cause
and Bachelor in Paradise, where everybody gets too drunk to consent to sex and then sues everybody.
Yeah.
Come on, Paul.
Just
Matt
not
is
my cup of tea.
obsessed with Survivor and The Amazing Race. So if they went away, he'd be really sad.
Yeah, see.
I'm okay
And
with
the
it.
Bachelor.
She'd have to marry one of the boyfriends she keeps in her phone.
Joe and Lake Stevens, good morning.
What's up, Joe?
And a marvelous Monday was
What's up? Nah.
So,
That could go away. I'll tell you right now.
Really? I had no idea that bothered you.
If Joe wanted to call up and say, just good morning. You know, you guys are my
I
favorite
love
show.
Joe.
Well, it's not about you, is it? It's
That's
about what
what's
could go away. And I would just say, Joe could call up and say good morning.
Joey's saying you can go away, man.
Not true.
No, don't do it, Joe.
Just saying Joe can
Love
say
you,
good
buddy.
morning like a civilized person.
What was something that could go away and you wouldn't care, Joe?
Me.
if the lottery disappeared tomorrow, I would absolutely not miss it.
Really?
In the lead. Yeah. Before you get one winner.
But if you win, you could buy a new phone.
I think Paul's making
I
fun
went
of
out
your
for
phone.
drinks with a girlfriend on Friday night. Penelope, who used to work here, went
Yeah.
out for drinks and had a couple of whiskeys. And on my way home, I bought lottery tickets. Totally forgot till the next day. Like, what are these in my pocket?
you win?
I have no idea.
Right then.
It was a bit of a tipsy
I'm
purchase.
I'm with you, Joe. It doesn't make any it does not affect my day in any way, shape, or form that there is a lottery.
I only win, or I only play. I never win,
Right.
but I only play after 4.
What it was going to be, that both of them were pretty big. I guess
Yeah.
I should check.
Maybe I've bought 2 lottery tickets in my whole life, and they were probably on the same day. To be honest with you, yeah, it doesn't affect my day. I think Joe's right.
Larry and Polsbo, something you would not miss if it went away?
Well, I'm going to make a lot of enemies on this one, but I'm going with basketball. Okay, the guys do a real good job for what they do, and, throw the ball in the hoops, cool. Well, I have two young daughters, and they play piano way beyond their years. And if you want to talk about accuracy, listen to them.
Okay, I think you got a little weird at the end, but I will tell you, if Larry's making enemies, I will join him. I don't care. I've never watched a basketball game.
Not my favorite sport.
It's not my thing.
not
Sarah
my
makes me do the March Madness thing. I don't care about that either.
I'm excited for that.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
right around the corner. What do you think, Greg and Redmond? You wouldn't miss it if it went away.
All that occupy the White House and any Trump loyalists.
Wow. I don't know that that's how America stays strong. It's just getting rid of everyone who disagrees with you.
Just an empty White
An
House.
empty White House. Yeah, that's cool. But I understand, man, I've never seen such a polarizing president. There's not been anybody like that in my lifetime. And I'm 58. I'm no spring chicken, man. There have been some presidents people hate. Oh, people didn't really hate Nixon. People kind of love Nixon. And then they went, you mean he did that? What'd he do? And then he quit like 3 days into it or something like that.
Tat, in Wisconsin, what is something you would not miss if it went away?
The Kardashians.
Yep, I'm with you.
Who
Yeah.
are these people and where the hell did they come from? Why are they famous?
Because they got big butts.
I will tell you
Cannot lie.
something. There was somebody, I thought this was hysterical. There was a girl walking down the street in Palm Springs. And Amy said, you have to go take a picture with that girl, which I thought was super weird. Some people want to take their picture with me. I'd be happy to do, but I don't usually go running down strangers on the street and say, can I have a picture with you? And she said, look. And there was a girl standing there outside this restaurant wearing a T-shirt that said, stop making stupid people famous. And I went, all right, I get your point, sweetheart. I'm going to go do that. But yeah, I think there's a place for them, but you're right. I would not miss them if they were gone. You're absolutely right.
Jeremiah in Seattle, something you wouldn't miss if it went away?
Good morning, sunshine.
Good morning, sweetheart. What do you got?
I think I got that creme de la creme.
All right.
Taxes. All in general, any type.
All taxes.
All taxes.
My friend Jeremiah may be an idiot. And I'll tell you why. I'll look at you, Paul.
Yeah.
Doesn't really bad stuff happen if everybody in America stops paying their taxes?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
Unfortunately.
Don't bridges fall down and don't kids not go to school and doesn't everybody's teeth fall out?
I believe they call it anarchy.
Yeah, it's anarchy. And the USA, which makes for a great song by the Sex Pistols.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I don't think it makes for a good form of government.
Paul, something you wouldn't miss if it went away?
I definitely miss the Super Bowl if it went away. It doesn't matter if your team's playing, your team you hate is playing, you always have a good time. But I think it's no secret that I would not miss the Pro Bowl if it went away. Because it's so stupid.
That's fair. I didn't know because I've never seen one, obviously. And then I still haven't seen one. I just get what you're saying. It's
Yeah.
a bunch of people making sure, and rightly so. You can't hurt the other multi-million-dollar players before the season starts or after the
Exactly,
season,
yeah.
whatever it is. So I agree with you.
Something you would not miss if it went away, Paul in Bremerton?
Hey, Paul.
Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
It's kind of out of the season for it, but it's always in season. The Electoral College, if for Danny and all of you like to debate things, if only 50% of the people voted during any election, and the Electoral College, mostly in the big time, gets the whole
I get what Paul's saying, and I'll say this about that. I don't completely feel that I feel the same way in the sense of this game, if you will. What would you not miss if it was gone? I think it should actively be gone. I think we should go and explain as American citizens, we don't care if it doesn't work out. It doesn't necessarily represent our vote. I know that my vote in this last election was not counted in the electoral process. Yeah, I could do without that.
Tori, what is something you wouldn't miss if it went away?
I would not miss crane flies because they're the most vile thing on planet Earth, but I would miss Eggo waffles.
What is the thing you wouldn't miss?
Crane flies.
What are they?
Like a dragonfly? Same
No,
thing?
that they look like daddy long legs. We've been over this, people.
Nobody listens
What's funny
to
is I think
got
we
you,
have
girl.
at least once, and I still don't get it.
I don't get what you're
But
talking about.
why do you eat those and you don't like them, but you do like to eat Eggo
Yeah,
waffles?
exactly, Paul.
It all goes in the freezer at some point.
Here's what I get. Your parents will make sure that you have an Eggo waffle while starving rats simultaneously.
Yes.
Okay. Hey, by the way, here's one I would miss that I've never seen and don't care about yet. I would miss it if it was gone. And that is, what the hell is it called? The a Kentucky Derby.
Oh, yeah.
Just,
You've never
I want
watched
everybody
Kentucky
to
Derby?
no, I don't care at all. But I want
Just wrong.
I want women to dress up in the crazy hats
big
and men
hats, yeah.
dress well and drink mint juleps. I think it's wonderful.
Yeah.
I just don't care to see it or participate unless I get invited, and then I'll get a crazy hat. But if it went away, even though I've never seen it, I would be sad.
Derek, something that you would miss if it went away?
My world would be completely shattered if fast food restaurants disappeared off the planet. I don't know what I would eat.
He would die.
I might.
He'd starve to death and go in Tori's
slow
freezer.
food. It'd be weird.
Hey, I think it's time to play the new game that's sweeping the nation. Name That Knockout.
Name That Knockout.
You can win tickets to Battle at the Boat 115 next Saturday night at the Emerald Queen Casino. If you want to play, call right now, 800-252-1025. Heck yeah, we are playing Name That Knockout for your chance to win a pair of tickets to join Danny Boom Boom Bonaducci at
Boom, 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 boom. Bonaducci.
Battle at the Boat 115 happens next Saturday night at the Emerald Queen Casino. To win your way in, you will just have to name the famous knockout from Danny's Clue.
I like that.
All right, let's see who we're going to go with here. Let's talk with Sally on line 3.
Hiya, Sally.
Hello.
All right, do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
You know, I think I do.
All right, do you understand the rules of the game?
I think I understand those, too.
All right, here we go, and we're going to go to the fights together if you get it right. This knockout has had a few highly publicized run-ins with the law, but then again, who hasn't? In her most recent scuffle, she nearly bit her boyfriend's nose off, which I find totally hot. She got her start as part of a TV dynasty and then spent time with a famous hooker. That's TJ Hooker, and she married members of both Motley Crue and Bon Jovi. Can you name that knockout?
Oh, my goodness.
Take a stab at it, Sally.
No, she didn't stab him.
No, she bit his nose off. Nose off.
Nose off.
Not all the way.
Who bit their boyfriend's nose off? Oh, my goodness.
Just happened last week, too.
Nah, okay.
All right, Sally.
Oh, Sally, I'm bummed for you. I
I'm
thought
sorry,
you were going to
sweetheart.
win.
Let's try Rob and Puyallup. Rob, do you need Danny to read the clue again?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, you really think you got this one, do you, tough guy? Let's hear it then.
Heather Locklear.
Heather
Yeah.
Locklear is
Nice
in fact
job.
that knockout, my friend. You are going to Battle the Boat 115, right?
You're going to pick up those tickets at the Jeep winners window in our lobby, and that fight, by the way, is at the Emerald Queen Casino Saturday night. You can join us again tomorrow at 7:20 for another exciting round of Name That
Name
Knockout.
that knockout.
This traffic report is brought to you by Snoqualmie Casino. We are seeing some delays on I-5 southbound as you approach 130th Street. Some stop-and-go traffic causing about a 30-minute delay. Over on I-405 southbound as you make your way between I-5 and Northeast 160th. Some bad traffic there as well. About a 20-minute delay. This traffic report is brought to you by Snoqualmie Casino. The winter entertainment lineup at Snoqualmie Casino is out now. Enjoy live music from Enter the Haggis on March 17th and many more. Tickets are on sale now. Visit snowcasino.com. Snoqualmie Casino, Seattle's closest casino. I'm Derek, and that's your look at traffic on 102.5 KZOK.
Spring is right around the corner, and that means it's time to get some color in your wardrobe. You need to browse the collection of fashionable gemstone jewelry at the store or online at shaneco.com. That's right, Shane Company. That's the place to go. Visit the store in Linwood, and you are going to find all sorts of beautiful, colorful gemstones, natural rubies, sapphires. Did you know they come in all different colors? That's right. I've been to the store in Linwood and I bought a yellow sapphire. Who knew? These are really beautiful stones, and these are formed in nature, not in a lab. There's so many different things to choose from: necklaces, earrings, bracelets, rings, you name it. You will find something unique and absolutely beautiful at Shane Company. It is worth the drive to go to Shane Company for those colorful gemstone jewelries that are beautiful and perfect for the springtime. And everything you purchase at Shane Company is going to come with that warranty. Plus, you're going to get superior customer service. It is a fact. Now you have a friend in the jewelry business, Shane Company.
This weather report is brought to you by the Museum of Flight. It's currently 40 in downtown Seattle, mostly cloudy skies today, highs in the upper 40s, and the sun will be coming in Tuesday and Wednesday with highs in the low 50s. Plan your trip to Mars with a stop at the Museum of Flight, where it's Mars Madness all month. See the only Mars lander on Earth, and this weekend meet a NASA man who plans space flights to Mars and beyond. Details at museumofflight.org. That was your weather. I'm Tori on 102.5 KZOK.
Stay where you are if you would like to hear the big news of the day.
Some of the stories we'll be telling you about: good news for men and that pesky prostate exam.
Thank God.
What is the best state when it comes to quality of life? We'll tell you. A new kind of tattoo is out there, and if you like animals, this is a must-hear story. Plus, a major concert announcement happening next.
And the big news of the day is brought to you by Goldberg Jones Divorce for Men. You can call 1-800-DIVORCE, or you could go online to goldbergjones.com.
Well, this is something very fun and different. We have a major concert announcement. Drum roll, please. Wednesday, June 27th, Marymore Park, Robert Plant and the Sensational Space Shifters.
No way.
That is big news.
That is big and surprising news. I did not see that coming.
Robert Plant, Wednesday, June 27th, Marymore Park. He'll have special guest Lucinda Williams. Tickets go on sale this Friday at 10 a.m., but we will have a chance for you to win those tickets before you can even buy them 9 o'clock this morning.
All right, awesome.
Very cool news. And more good news. Good news for men. Yeah, when you go in to have a prostate exam, it's not the most pleasant of experiences.
I think I'm due, to be honest with you. Yeah.
Coming up at 8:20.
Well, this is something that is starting in England, and the hope is it's going to continue to go smoothly and come over here as well. They're going to change the way that exam works.
I think it still goes there.
It won't.
It won't go there?
Where's it going to go?
It's going to be a machine, an MRI machine that looks, instead of having to poke around, if you know what I'm saying.
I do know what you're saying. All men know what you're saying.
Yeah.
This is a new MRI scan known as an MP MRI that provides higher quality imagery, and you can get same-day diagnosis. Now, before, they'd have to poke around, and then if they found something that didn't seem right, they would take a biopsy, which is super painful, and that would take several weeks.
Right.
This will be same-day, all done on MRI machines.
So is the guy with the glove out of a job?
I think he has other skills.
He did other things.
He did? They didn't just have that guy do that? I mean, how can he get a doctor to do that? He's a doctor.
Well, we'll keep an eye on this because this could be pretty revolutionary for men's health.
Yeah, I've had a bunch of those MRIs because I've had a bunch, I've had a bunch of concussions and I have crazy bone issues with all those implants and stuff like that. And they're scary and they're weird. But if they're not as weird as having that thing done, I would like that.
Yeah.
When it comes to quality of life, they say there are a lot of different variables that will go into it. You got to figure out, it's a lot of different variables like education, job availability, all sorts of different things go into quality of life.
And is this for the best place to live?
Is this for the best place to live?
Didn't you say coming up was
Yes.
the best state to live in?
Well, based on quality of life. Now, some places might not have the best view, but they've got all the other variables like healthy. The air is healthy. That's another real big one. The best quality of life state is North Dakota.
I would not have guessed.
Nope.
Don't
Not
they
at all.
frack there? You're fracking kidding me.
It's not polluting the environment
not.
yet.
They have a crazy meth problem there, but I guess not as many people.
Well, maybe that contributes to quality of life. People are loving their meth habits.
Almost nobody loves their meth habit. Once it gets to be a habit, I think everybody thinks, oh, this is the worst choice I ever made.
I thought the job boom, too, had pretty much
faded, yeah.
Faded there, yeah.
They said that a lot of it is feeling socially connected, and that is smaller towns.
Right.
So the majority of the best quality of life are smaller towns. When you move to a big city, it's hard to make friends. You don't feel like you're part of something. So best quality of life, North Dakota, followed by Minnesota, Wisconsin.
No way, Minnesota.
Yep.
It's too cold.
It doesn't matter. People just...
Matters to me.
I get both Minnesota and Wisconsin. People are drunk all the time.
Is that true in Minnesota?
For
They've
sure.
got the word soda in the name.
It's for sure Wisconsin. I would assume. Isn't Minnesota just like a little Wisconsin?
No, I think... is it Wisconsin a little Minnesota?
Either way, they're drunk all the
They're
time.
drunk. All right.
New Hampshire, South Dakota, rounding out the top 5.
Don't care about one of those places. Matter of fact, remember a little way we're doing a call-in segment, what could disappear and you don't care?
Yeah.
North and South Dakota.
Oh.
All the Dakotas can go away. Big fan of what?
South Dakota. It's beautiful.
What do you do there?
Sturgis.
You go to Sturgis. You go to the
When
Black
was the last
Hills.
time you were at Sturgis?
You go look at the monument. I
Yeah.
haven't been to Sturgis in a very long time because I don't ride motorcycles, but I have been there.
To Sturgis?
I have.
Wow, that's crazy. I haven't.
And you should because honestly, South Dakota's beautiful.
Well, no, I've been to South Dakota. I've just never been to Sturgis.
Worst quality of life, California, New Jersey, Indiana, Illinois, Texas. We come in right in the middle of the pack, 21.
I disagree with California.
Yeah.
It's
I disagree with
bad
this whole
air.
survey.
They've got, not on the coast, they've got a whole state of wonderful coast with wonderful weather. I think this is crazy.
Bad air and drought and fire.
I think somebody from North Dakota wrote this. They don't know anything.
Yeah.
There's a woman named Catherine Tolley who is making big news. She is a model, and she recently got a colorful thigh tattoo, huge thigh tattoo.
Uh-huh. Well, it can't be that big. She's a model.
Well, it goes from where your underwear line would be all the way down to her knee. It's a really big tattoo. And it is a tattoo of her cat, who is a Maine Coon, which is a type of breed that is long-haired. They have a lot of
They're
hair.
huge. I think they are the biggest cat.
They are very large. And this is a new style of tattoo that is made with her cat's hair.
Well, this is stupid.
It is.
She should move to South Dakota.
North Dakota, yeah.
It is ink that is made using the cat's hair. Now, the process
Who shaves
is...
the cat?
You don't have to. You pet it, and the hair just comes out.
Oh, yeah, those long-haired cats. The cat
that's right.
Shed a lot. And They said if you wanted to show your love, you could do it with a human hair, which is kind of gross too, but dog hair, rat hair for
Can
Tori.
you imagine the way I get tattoos and all the girls' names and stuff I had on me? How much human DNA I would have on me right now if I did that?
Ew, ew, ew.
Plus, how do you get them removed now? You go under a laser. How do you remove cat hair tattoos?
The lint brush.
It's stupid.
A man and a woman in New York were arrested after something went wrong in a movie theater.
All right.
This is a couple, a man and a woman, and they're watching a movie.
Oh, did he do the try my popcorn thing?
No.
Oh,
I love that trick.
love that joke. Makes me laugh every time.
It did involve popcorn.
All right, see?
But there was
Not
a
butt.
2-year-old.
Can you imagine the tub of popcorn you'd have to get to do that with your butt? Try some of my popcorn, lady. Oh, this will crack you up. Get some butter on there. Oh, that's not butter.
A 2-year-old would not stop talking in the movie. Just kept on talking, kept on talking.
The 2-year-olds talk, I think they do, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Why? Why? But why?
Yeah, yeah.
Why? They had enough. Dumped popcorn on the kid.
Kind of awesome.
They then took it to the next level of using the container of popcorn as a weapon and smashing it on the head, telling it to shut up.
They smashed a 2-year-old. You totally can't do that.
Yep. They were arrested.
I was on their team for a minute.
Dumping the popcorn was okay, but
Yeah,
using
it's
it as
kind
a
of
weapon
funny.
is taking it one step too far.
Yeah, there was a baby crying and freaking out on the plane home from Disneyland yesterday.
Oh, really?
And, I mean, it seemed like the lady wasn't making an effort. It seemed like the lady was not saying, shh, honey, we're on there. But none of that. Just screaming, untethered screaming.
Wow.
So I threw an airsick bag at it, which was full, by the way, and not of puke.
Oh.
That's all I'm saying.
As you've
You
heard,
don't know
we
what I'm
are
saying, do you?
presenting.
I don't know, and
When
I think it's
say-
best that I don't know what you're
when
saying.
I say that's all I'm saying and you don't know, I'll bet that's going to drive you crazy.
As you've heard, we're presenting our iHeartRadio Music Awards.
Yeah,
Oh, that's right. You have the envelope?
I do.
Leading up to the show, we are going to be revealing a winner every day at this time. We are going to reveal one of the winners of the iHeartRadio Music Awards.
All right.
Now, the awards happen live on Sunday at 5 o'clock on TBS, TNT, and True TV. But today we are going to disclose who was the best new alt-rock artist of the year. And the iHeartRadio Music Award goes to...
Paul, hand me the envelope.
Here you go.
It's a noisy envelope. Here we go. Ow. I got a finger. I got a cut.
Judah and the Lion.
That's exactly right. Judah and the Lion.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
How's that paper cut?
That's fine. Thank you.
Oh, you're right. You need a Band-Aid?
Be all right.
Why was I reading what was in your envelope?
It's fine. I don't have a big preference.
Tomorrow we'll announce yet another winner. I hope it goes
today,
just as smoothly.
Judah and the Lion.
Judah and the Lion.
Judah
yeah.
and the Lion.
They both win an award. They each get one. Judah and the
You
Lion.
get an award. You get an award.
That's the big news of the day. It's brought to you by Goldberg Jones Divorce for Men at 1-800-DIVORCE or online at goldbergjones.com.
Hey, stay right here because coming up it's business news with Jim the Flagger.
Now, business news from Jim the Flagger.
Girl Scout cookie season is in full swing, and now using new technology. Boxes can be purchased using the Cookie Finder app. Girl Scouts create their own web pages and use social media to market their products. This has resulted in over $600 million in annual cookie sales. While that number doesn't quite put them on the level of the Five Families or the Sinaloa cartel, it does make these little extortionists one of the top 25 highest grossing organized crime groups in the world.
Wow. Thank you for that.
This traffic report is brought to you by Bell Red Energy Solutions. Seen about a 20-minute delay on 405 southbound due to some stop-and-go traffic between I-5 and Northeast 160th, and about a 15-minute delay on I-5 northbound as you make your way from Mid-Boeing Field all the way through to the Convention Center. If you have any plumbing needs, Bell Red Energy Solutions is here to help. They offer quality service from highly qualified plumbers who can help you with any problem, big or small. Maintenance, repair, or installation, they can do it all. Contact your plumbing experts today. Bell Red, bellred.com. I'm Derek, and that's your look at traffic on 102.5 KZOK.
Hey, this is Danny, and I would very much like to tell you about 3010 Weight Loss for Life. I want you to know that 3010 is more than just a program. It's a lifestyle change, and it will change the way you think and feel about the food that you buy and eat. That'll help you take the weight off and keep it off for good. It's fairly awesome that way. Listen, if your weight is a concern and you're ready to make a change, know this. 3010 is there for you. My favorite thing about 3010 Weight Loss for Life, aside from the fact that it totally works just like they say it will, and that's the coolest thing, because I listened to my colleague and friend Spike O'Neill talk about the weight he's lost. I went, all right, he's not necessarily that trustworthy, but I went in there and I did it, and I went with the program. I lost all my weight, and I kept it off, and it is spectacularly good news if you've been fighting with your weight as long as I have. It's a real problem. You know that, hey man, if you go in there, and I went to the Bellevue office, I get on the scale and they tell me how I'm doing and they keep me accountable. It's pretty spectacular. So 3010 Weight Loss for Life. I have lost 40 pounds. You can do it too. I invite you to call 3010 Weight Loss for Life, and you can do it today at 855-843-3010. That's 855-843-3010 at 3010weightlossforlife.com. It is 3 minutes after 8, and I want to do you a favor, or as the kids call it, the cool kids call it, a solid, and that is turn you on to the iHeart Radio app. It's all your favorite music, all your favorite stations, and all for free. You can never experience the fear of missing out. Stay connected and listen to anywhere you go. Get live streaming of the KZOK show you're listening to right now. Podcast, not podcast. You're gonna love it. It's the iHeart Radio app.
I like a podcast.
Yeah, you'll podcast
I'll
them.
podcast it for sure if you listen to this show.
Earlier in the show, we were talking about Florida. Things are certainly not right.
Not right there.
A Burmese python devoured an entire deer whole, just swallowed it whole. And it turns out that deer
Swallowed a deer hole? Sound like donut holes?
Turns out that the deer weighed more than the python did.
Yeah, like 5 pounds more than the thing that consumed it.
It's crazy.
Pretty amazing. I mean, I would say that is an impressive feat.
And it puked it up, right? When it was done?
It did regurgitate it. I don't know why snakes would do that. Maybe it decided.
Don't they normally do
Well,
that?
they'd already regurgitated, so they had to regurgitate it. You can't do it just once.
Yeah.
Now, Tori, you've got all sorts of weird pets. Have snakes been one of your?
Yes, I did, and I
How long did that last?
maybe a year.
Oh, gosh.
What
But
happened?
do you want me to be honest?
A snake can live
Yes.
40 years.
I might have got a little tired of feeding him.
Tori. Well, wait a second.
Oh,
so you
my.
set it free?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You gave it to a reputable
I set him
rescue
free.
organization.
I did.
She killed it
She
by
killed the
starving it to
snake.
death.
Did you starve it to death?
It wasn't on purpose. I either did the temperature was too hot in the tank
Do you remember how often snakes need to eat?
once a week.
And you accidentally didn't give it a
You
a
try
snack?
feeding a mouse to a snake every week.
I don't know any boy that hasn't.
Yeah.
Oh, I
I
felt
know.
bad.
I fight so hard to love Tori, and sometimes it's difficult.
Today is one of those days.
Yeah.
When you ask, do we want you to be honest, and we say yes, take that as a no.
Okay.
You might want to fib a little.
I've learned my lesson.
Now, when you did feed it, though, which was not often, did it regurgitate it or did it keep it all down?
No, it kept it down.
Yeah, no, they keep it down.
If it's not too big, they'll keep it down.
Yeah, remember,
thinking-
they've got to pass it.
Well, I think that's why this one wound up regurgitating it because it realized it was too
Yeah,
big.
yeah. You ever see a snake rectum? Rectum nearly killed him. But they're
Especially
small.
after swallowing a deer.
Deer.
Well, I was thinking that was an impressive feat. Like, I
It
think
has no
anyone.
feet. It's a snake.
No, the
What
deer
is wrong
has-
with Sarah today?
deer has feet.
It does not. It has hooves.
All right.
I was
It's
thinking
impressive hooves.
somebody who completes a marathon. I think that's an impressive feat. Swallowing a whole deer, completing a marathon, both impressive feats to me. What would
Doing
you,
both at the same time?
Yes.
Amazing.
Danny, what would you say is an impressive feat?
The iron crotch tractor pull.
What is that?
It's also a truck pull. It's also a train pull. If you Google it, you'll see
With your
all different.
Hoosits.
You pull a train with your Hoosits.
Ouch.
Yeah, see? Fairly impressive that they can do that.
Kind of disturbing.
Yeah.
Not as disturbing as Tori killing yet another pet.
So you visualize me pulling a train with my Hoosits, and that's not as disturbing as Tori. I'm offended.
I don't want to see that. You guys listening, what is a feat that impresses you? Join the conversation. Call us right now at 800-252-1025.
So in Florida, where weird stuff happens all the time, a Burmese python swallowed an entire deer, and the weird thing is the deer weighed 5 pounds more than the snake. So that begs this question. What do you find to be a remarkable feat? 1-800-252-1025.
Brian and Fife, good morning.
Hey, Brian.
Good morning.
What's up?
I am totally impressed with the fact that SpaceX can launch and land its vehicles now.
Yep.
Yeah, you know what's weird?
Crazy.
That's so new. I don't even think it did not even occur to me. I'm thinking, what impresses me? And I did not think of that. Yeah, you're right, man. That is an impressive feat.
When we saw them come back and land, I think everybody's mind was blown because they're not supposed to. They just blow up.
When a guy launches his car because he's got nothing better to do
Yeah.
into space, fairly impressive. Matter of fact, that's an impressive guy.
Yeah. Robin in Maple Valley, what is a feat that impresses you?
It's the stair climb at the Columbia Tower this weekend. Firefighters from around the world are going to be racing up 69 flights of stairs in full gear to raise money for the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society.
That is impressive because I remember I went downstairs for some reason to get something out of my car during a song, Led Zeppelin, Fine Way to Waste, the Zeppelin tune. I went downstairs and I said, you know, I'm going to get a little healthy here. And I ran up 4 flights of stairs. And I had to ask Paul to talk for me for like 5 more minutes. I couldn't talk on the radio for 4 flights. These guys in those packs weigh 80 pounds. Very good call.
Impressive. 800-252-1025. What is a feat that impresses you? Let's hear from our friend Ryan O'Brien.
Hey, Ryan O'Brien.
Top of the morning to you, Danny boy.
Top of the morning to you, son. What's up?
Just doing KZOK.
All right. What is a spectacular feat that impresses you?
Well, one thing that really amazes me is these ultra marathoners that do the Blackwater 135.
I don't even know what that is.
Which one is that?
It's a 135-mile race in the middle of Death Valley in the summertime.
Well, that's stupid.
Yeah, that's
I mean, I would look at anybody as they're lining up ready to go. I go, do you read the sign that says what the name of this place is?
Yeah.
There's death in the title. Don't do this. But now that you said that, I'm going to jump in and go those Iron Man things where they swim 5 miles, bike 100 miles, and then jog 10 miles, whatever that is.
A marathon.
Yeah, forget that. I'm not doing that.
I was impressed by the marathon. So you're talking about the Ironman, which is the swim 2 miles, bike 100 miles, and then run a marathon. What?
Do you remember that lady? She used to work with us. She had a crazy name, Lakshmi.
Lakshmi, yeah.
Nice lady, worked here when we were down at the other place, sells radio time and things like that. Oh, great. And then somebody said, you know, you look like you could do deadlifts. Why don't you do deadlifts? And then she broke the world record like within 3 months.
And she'd never done it before.
Never done it before, not even once.
She's a champion power lifter.
Super impressive.
Yeah.
Bridget and Sultan, what is a feat that impresses you?
Childbirth.
Yeah, that's true.
Especially if it is feet first.
The baby or the thing?
Well, that's an impressive feat. And if it's the feet out first, so that's very impressive.
I think it's all in your delivery because that's funny. That is very funny because I feel the exact same way. Yeah, I
Paul,
would do it.
And a feat that impresses you?
I'm impressed by people who can learn and master multiple foreign languages at the same time, or even just over the course of their lifetime. When I took Spanish in high school and learned quite a bit of Spanish, and then when I lived in Denmark, I had to learn Danish, and I just pushed all of the Spanish out so I could learn a new language.
Yep.
And now I'm still trying to learn English again after coming back from Denmark. So.
Muy caliente.
Yeah. Very warm.
It's bueno.
Yeah, it's good.
There we go.
But can you do that and speak like Italian at the same time?
Boco, sí, boco no otami. Yes, I can. Although I said yes in Spanish.
Yeah.
Oh, no, that's perfect. Sí, otami. My head is good. I am smart.
No, but you get them all mixed up in your
totally.
head.
Yeah, you do.
Tori, is there a feat that impresses you?
I came across an article last year about this girl named Annie Edson Taylor, and she survived going over the Niagara Falls in a barrel. That's pretty crazy.
That's crazy.
In 1901. How
Unlike
insane.
some of the people who have gone over the falls in a barrel, she did that intentionally. There's not that many people. When you hear people survived it, most people fell in and didn't mean to do it. The people that did it,
but they had a barrel on them.
They had the people that survived in the barrel was a pretty big deal.
But you know what's funny? We were talking about that Walenda dude yesterday or whatever, Friday. You were not impressed with that feat.
I'm impressed to the point of, I don't know if I would do it or could do it. But, you know, Paul does stuff every day at his farm that I could or wouldn't do. So, no, I'm not that thrilled by the Walenda dude. But a bunch of the guys that used to be at the Barnum and Bailey Circus, that's crazy. The Chinese acrobats, crazy what they can do.
Our friend Dave in Federal Way.
Hi, Dave.
Half a day from Guam, guys. Good morning.
Good morning. What's up, buddy?
Hey, what impresses me is the kids who have been bullied that come in and do some Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and then they end up having like self-confidence in themselves and not being bullied no more. And you could see the change in their attitude and everything like that.
That's nice.
You know what I like about that little story from our friend Haba Dave?
What's that?
Because the story could have easily gone this way. You know, they're getting bullied. These kids that come in, I teach them some Brazilian jiu-jitsu in Federal Way, and then they go to school and kick that guy's ass.
Yeah.
Well, that's not the point.
Right.
The point is to give them enough confidence not to, but if it happens again, they could defend themselves.
Yeah.
So I'm impressed by Haba Dave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A feat that always impresses me, and I get so excited no matter who the team is, an in the park home run. When the ball does not leave the ballpark and it just rattles around in the outfield.
Yeah.
And some dude runs so fast that he beats the ball back to home plate.
I got to say, I'm unimpressed by the rest of the people on the opposing team.
Right. Exactly.
That's easy. Anybody who becomes a doctor of any kind,
That's
PhD, MD, whatever it is,
Yeah.
that's I barely scratched out of high school, and they go, oh yeah, I'll do 4 more years of this in college. Oh yeah, I'll do 87 more years of this and become a doctor. Whatever it is, I'm impressed.
Derek, what's a feat that impresses you? Does it involve a stripper pole?
It does not. I mean, that's slightly impressive, but most girls can do that. I am super impressed anytime I see a guy who can do the splits. I've tried, and it's painful, and you got things in the way. I have no idea how a man can do the splits.
Yeah, it is always impressive. That and like the man on the pommel horse, is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or the rings, when the guy can just hold himself up there,
The iron
making
cross.
a perfect L, or the iron cross. Yeah, that guy can do the splits too.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can do none of those things.
Does anyone wonder why Derek is at home
No,
trying
I-
to practice?
Watching guys do the splits. He's going on the internet,
My search history is
mendoingsplits.com.
crazy, man.
No, that guy's nuts. I don't mean he's crazy. Take a look. That guy's nuts.
This traffic report is brought to you by Muckleshoot Bingo. Seeing about a 15-minute delay due to some stop-and-go traffic on I-5 northbound as you head between Mid-Boeing Field and the Convention Center. Over on 405 southbound, about a 20-minute delay as you make your way between I-5 and Northeast 160th Street. Breakfast Bingo is Muckleshoot Bingo's special morning session that is perfect for beginners or pros. The games are easy to learn and everyone gets one free bingo pack plus free coffee and donuts. Breakfast Bingo, 9:30 a.m. this Saturday at Muckleshoot Bingo. I'm Derek, and that's your look at traffic on 102.5 KZOK.
This weather report is brought to you by Staples. It's currently 40 and very cloudy in downtown Seattle. We'll see some sunshine peek through this afternoon with more to come the next few days with highs near 50. At Staples, you can upgrade your office and still save money. And this week at Staples, you can save big on a full range of office and desk chairs, some up to 50% off. A better chair equals a better workday. Ends 3/10. Staples, it's pro time. That was your weather. I'm Tori on 102.5 KZOK.
Sad news to start things off. 2 snowmobile riders from Pierce County were killed and a third was seriously injured over the weekend in an avalanche. This is not a repeat story. We've had several issues with avalanches this winter season. And one of those killed was a veteran of the Bonnie Lake Police Department. Another was an Air Force veteran. They were near Esmeralda Peak, which is 20 miles northeast of Cle Elum. And a 30-year-old southwestern Washington woman, police say, stabbed her boyfriend with a sword and has now been taken into custody.
With a sword?
A,
with a sword.
Yeah.
What'd he do?
Yeah, right.
And B, where'd she get a sword?
Yeah.
Well, police were called by...
Is he dead or anything? Because I'm about to make fun of this, and I shouldn't if somebody's dead.
He is in critical condition.
Yeah, don't let that stop
Okay,
you,
what you
Danny.
got to do is just be mildly funny. You can't be fall down funny about a guy who fell down.
Camas police say that Emily Yavier called 911 at 2 a.m. saying she had killed her boyfriend with a sword. When officials arrived at the scene, they found 29-year-old Alex Lovell. He was rushed to the hospital in critical condition. And at the scene, they seized a samurai sword and knives. She is being held on suspicion of attempted murder.
Wow.
Police say jealousy appears to be the motive.
You know, that's why my ex-girlfriend attacked me, and I liked her because I thought, oh, she really likes me. You know, so this guy, they're going to get back together, I promise you. You watch. This guy's going to get well, and they're going to get back together.
You stayed with the girl you cheated on and she shot you?
Yeah. Lori was her name.
What finally broke you guys up?
I think she went, he sucks. That's what I think it was.
All right.
Also, I was 16, she was 19.
Oh,
So,
wow.
yeah, we were young. Who gave her that gun? That was a bad call.
Where did she get it?
It was her dad. Her dad was the chief of police in some small city that I won't mention.
Oh, wow.
A pilot survived a crash last night. He crashed a small plane in the woods near Enumclaw. The sheriff's department says the 50-year-old pilot lost control just before crashing. He then called dispatch saying, "I am trapped inside the plane." A homeowner also called 911 and said, "I'm pretty sure a plane just crashed out in the woods." When firefighters and rescue crew arrived at the scene, they found the plane in several pieces. The passenger compartment was intact and they were able to free him. He was the only one in the plane and was taken to the hospital in okay shape.
Wow.
But when you looked at the plane, you thought, no way.
No, a tree cut it in half. And why are trees so much tougher than airplanes? It slides down the middle and still standing there kind of giggling.
You want to say luckiest guy in the world, but then you realize he was just in a plane crash. So everybody who didn't crash the plane.
that day. I'm probably a little more lucky than that guy.
Right.
About 15,000 pounds of meat distributed across the Northwest are being recalled after a sample tested positive for a potentially deadly strain of E. coli. The recall comes from Interstate Meat Distributors based in Clackamas, Oregon, but this is ground beef and pork delivered throughout Oregon, Washington, and Utah.
That is gross. Did you know that I think the British people will still not accept our meat?
Is it that they won't take it or that a lot of them just won't eat it?
No, mad cow, they won't take it. You
Wow.
can't import meat to England. That may be over now, but it went for a decade, if not more.
Well, in this case, it's just good old E. coli, which will make you awfully sick.
I would like to point out for the British that your food sucks. You'd be lucky. A little E. coli would flavor that sausage up a little bit. Oh, yeah, you want to call them bangers. That's stupid.
Connecticut police say a man stole a rookie police officer's car and then used his credit cards to buy food at Taco Bell and Walmart.
Oh, that's a tough way to start the gig.
Right? The 21-year-old man was charged with multiple offenses, including burglary, larceny, and identity theft. He had stolen the car from the police officer the night of the police academy graduation.
Oh. Can you imagine the hazing that guy's getting? Hey, Steve, we're making a Taco Bell run. Give me your wallet.
Wow, that was really fast. That's exactly what they're going to do to that guy.
Visitors hoping to go to California's Sand to Snow National Monument for a relaxing outdoor experience may be in for a surprise. Recently, wild cattle and dogs have been causing a disturbance. Dozens,
Wild dogs or just dogs? Wild cattle and dogs.
Wild cattle, wild dogs.
Wild dogs, that's dangerous.
Well, these bulls, they say, are roaming freely from where hikers walk along the Pacific Coast Trail, and some of them have seen staring down humans as if ready to attack.
I'll fight a cow right now.
A bull.
That's different.
They said they're part of a herd.
wild bull.
There are at least 150 of these bulls that are ripping up the monument and scaring people.
Aren't they worth a lot of dough? Why are they walking around free?
Well, they're now asking that they don't walk around free. They said they can transmit.
Well, I don't know that they're listening.
They said they can transmit disease to the native bighorn sheep. They should be removed. Some of the people who work in this area said it's Jurassic Park, just 2 hours east of downtown Seattle. There are also wild dogs. It is a pack of dogs who thankfully haven't attacked anybody yet.
Yeah.
But you go out for like a nice Sunday afternoon hike and you see wild bulls.
Yeah,
and wild
I will
dogs.
not fight a pack of dogs.
And you probably won't go out for a nice Sunday afternoon hike.
That's all of the things I won't do wrapped up in one.
Yeah.
So now this was on the sand, what?
This is this is called Sand to Snow, and it's one of the country's newer national monuments. It's only been around for about 2 years.
And where is it?
It is 2 miles northeast of Los Angeles.
Well, then how did they just get here?
How did they just
Didn't you
get
just
here?
say they were like a few miles short south of us?
No.
No, I just made that up in my head.
I thought that's what you said as well.
Yeah,
It
I
was
thought
near
that's
us.
what you said. It's near us.
California's Sand to Snow Monument.
Yeah, and then you said the cows are a couple miles south of us.
Well,
They've been on a long journey.
Yeah, fair.
They're tired.
Yeah.
You can probably take them now.
Yeah, their hooves
I don't
hurt.
know why I said the word us.
You said Seattle at some point, yeah.
I did not.
Okay.
And you're not a maniac. You read it. It's on that piece of paper.
No, it's not. This is California, Sand to Snow.
Oh. Well, you made it up and was convincing enough that we believed it.
One of the country's newer monuments. Did I say one of Seattle's newer monuments?
No.
I don't know what happened.
The
This is
cows.
a-
You were telling us where the cows were, and they're a couple miles south of here.
Los Angeles. Oh, I was reading you a quote from someone. It's Jurassic Park, just 2 hours drive of downtown Seattle, downtown Los Angeles.
You said it again. What's the matter with
It was on
you?
purpose. It's Los Angeles. Shut up. Let's talk about Victoria's
And
Secret.
why is it Jurassic Park? They're cows, not
And why is it-
dinosaurs.
I happen to know what's 2 hours south of Los Angeles, and none of this is there.
Derek, where is Sand to Snow National Monument? Our phones are blowing up.
It's Riverside County.
It's Riverside County.
No, San Bernardino and Riverside County,
Yeah,
kind of
about
bordering. Yeah.
160 miles east of Los Angeles.
Yeah, it's just right down the road from
It is.
here.
That's
Just 2 hours south of Seattle, as if you're a very fast-moving cow, apparently.
Do you know, but the kind of stuff happens when I wanted to tell Amy, are you ready to go to Disneyland, or let's go to Disneyland? Almost always it came out McDonald's.
Oh.
You got to go to McDonald's? Oh, how weird that I said that. I mean Disneyland. But it happened for 2 days.
That's strange.
That I said McDonald's every time I meant to say Disneyland. So the fact that you said Seattle, we're sitting in Seattle, makes sense.
Well, I think you need to go to McDonald's. You're clearly
That
having a
clearly.
craving. Let's talk about Victoria's Secret.
All right.
Okay,
yeah.
Sorry, but it's bad
If those
news.
those models are just a couple of feet south of me, I'm pretty happy.
Pink is Victoria's Secret younger demo lingerie brand. It is meant for...
Oh, not the singer.
No.
Oh, because I was going to go, she's a little rough looking for that.
Pink is for teenagers, teenage lingerie, and it is not going well. Overall, sales have been down, and they have been planning on Pink helping to get the brand.
So the panties are down.
Yes. Now, according to the CEO, we had some fashion misses. They did bright neon colors, and they did not go over well. So it turns out Victoria's Secret has been losing a lot of money. And over the holiday, where they expect to get a lot of their sales, they said this is the first holiday season that they had soft sales.
There's no soft sales when I'm looking at that catalog. Sometimes I think she does it just for me.
Growing up, most of us probably had parents who told us, make your bed. You woke up in the
sure.
morning, your parents yell at you, mom yells at you, go make your bed. There's a new study that says you should not make your bed first thing in the morning because it traps in the dust mites that have accumulated overnight and will then provide a breeding ground for allergens and mites.
So what should we do?
You wait till you get home. So you let it air out for a couple of hours.
And the air kills those things?
They'll go elsewhere or they will get killed. They said it's when we sleep at night, our bodies are warm and sweaty, making us prime targets for dust mites to feed on our skin.
Yum.
And then first thing in the morning, if you make your bed, it traps in the heat and the moisture, and then they thrive there, and you can have millions of dust mites.
When I was a kid, the Fuller Brush man, whoever it was that actually went around door to door selling vacuum cleaners,
Yeah.
came to my house and I've forgotten almost everything. But I will never forget the demonstration. He vacuumed my mom and dad's bed, and there was a 1/4 inch to a full inch of dust in his thing. And he said, "Do you know what that is?" And I said, "No." And he said, "That's skin. The skin falls off." And I went, "Ah!" And I have been traumatized by that for 50 more years.
Not just any skin either. Your
Mom
own
and
parents'
dad's skin,
Yeah.
Oh, mom and dad's skin's kind of gross.
That is gross.
Well, in this case, they say if you leave your bed messy, the mites are exposed to air and sunlight, they'll become dehydrated and die out. That this is especially problematic for people with asthma or allergies, that if you don't make your bed, it's better for your breathing.
I have some of those things. Amy broke out with something last night on the insides of her arms and in the middle of her chest, just like some kind of rash.
Uh-oh.
We're trying to figure out. I just assumed she got a piece of shrimp or something somewhere because it was very weird that we do that. But she is going to have to be talked into not making beds first thing in the morning. That's what she does. She gets up and starts cleaning stuff right away. God, I love her.
Did her rash go away?
I don't know. I didn't stay up that long. Nor was I entirely that interested. She was flipping out about a little rash. Shut up. Drink some Benadryl. You're a grown woman. What are you bothering me for?
You just came back from a hotel, so you know.
That's what I figured it was.
Could be bed bugs.
Could be
she,
bed bugs.
she has herpes now.
Danny.
That's what I think it is. And that's the case of herpes right there.
What
in her
was she
chest.
doing at
Who
Disneyland, man?
Oh, I know. She and Mickey walked off for a little while.
You do Disney a little different than most people do.
Oh, I just do Disney.
And Lacoste. Do you remember Lacoste, the little alligator shirts?
Yeah, sure.
Those were real big for a long
Rocking my
time.
high school, man. You were nobody if you didn't have that.
Well, that brand
I thought
is,
they were Izod. But
It's,
I'll take Lacoste, whatever you got.
it's the same thing.
Izod's
it
the
is?
iguana.
Shut up.
I think it is, though.
You're on drugs.
He is on drugs.
You're on drugs.
You're on drugs.
You're on drugs.
Lacoste is the French brand famous for its iconic crocodile logo polo shirts.
That's a crocodile?
Yeah, what did you think it was?
An alligator?
Oh, I
Same
can't
thing.
can't tell the difference.
Shut up.
It is still a brand. People still wear
Yeah.
those.
And they pop their collars up and need to be mugged.
Yep. But they've decided to switch out the reptile for another endangered species, doing a limited edition shirt line that debuted at Paris Fashion Week. This is something Lacoste is doing. They'll feature 10 different endangered animals, including the kakapo parrot, the vaquita, which is a porpoise, and each shirt will be limited quality, and it'll be based on the number of species left in the wild. So they're trying to bring attention to endangered animals.
All right.
It was kind of nice.
That is nice.
I don't know how much they cost, but probably too much. Doctors in Nairobi have been suspended for performing brain surgery
Without a license?
on the wrong patient.
Oh. Well, I would do it, totally.
Misidentification.
Who sat still for that?
2 patients, but one needed surgery for a blood clot on the brain.
Yeah.
And the other one needed a non-invasive treatment for swelling after a head trauma. They took the wrong dude in for brain surgery.
Well, that's a major mistake. Do they have a good insurance in Nairobi?
Well, the hospital says, we deeply regret this, and we're trying to ensure the safety and well-being. They said that the person who got operated on is going to be fine.
Yeah, it's got to let the swelling down when you
Right.
cut them open.
Well, no, that's the thing. You make an incision and blood shoots out the incision to let that swelling down. You know, we're talking about the Mayans and going extinct and stuff. They did that. They performed the world's first brain surgeries.
Really?
Scary. A neurosurgeon, an anesthesiologist, and 2 nurses have been suspended. They're trying to figure out, how did this happen?
How did that happen?
I mean, not everybody says this kidney or wrong foot.
Right. No, that's a new phenomenon.
Right. Did you ever write something on yourself for surgery?
It was back in the day of pagers, and I put the pager I clipped it to my underwear, which my underwear are getting taken off anyway. I just wouldn't take them off myself. And I said, "Wake me up if this thing goes off." But I pointed an arrow down, but then I looked like I meant my wiener, and there's a whole weird thing. Wake me up if this goes off. I don't know, not that funny.
A teacher is out of a job at a middle school after pornographic images popped up on his personal laptop in front of the entire class of 6th graders.
Oh, that's not good.
Now, he was getting ready to show students an instructional video on his laptop. He's like, okay, everybody, I'm going to turn it on right now.
You can't show them that kind of instructional
No, you
video.
can't.
Ooh. They said
And it was regular porn, not kiddie porn?
No, it was regular porn. You know, he had been using his laptop to watch porn, just like you do.
Right.
But didn't close all the windows out. And so he opens up his laptop. He's like, all right, class, here we go. Realizes what's on the screen. Shuts it off quickly, but
Not fast enough?
Not fast enough.
I kind of blame the school.
What do you mean?
Like they don't have the funding to provide him with a school laptop, so he's got to bring in his own laptop from home. If you grab my laptop right there that I bring in from home because I have to do work here later in the day, I might accidentally open something that I didn't want to. So if he's bringing in his personal computer because they won't provide him with it, that's kind of on them.
And why do you bring your personal computer?
Because there's not a workspace for me, so I just have to kind of hop around.
On one foot.
And try and find someplace to work.
Why don't you have a workspace? Everybody else has one.
I don't know. They won't let me into Danny Bonaducci's office for whatever reason.
Do I have an office?
No.
Oh. Why don't we have offices?
I don't know.
Nobody likes us.
They're planning a remodel and we'll have workspaces. We all came in here and they doubled their workforce in one day. They're not entirely ready for us.
All right. I'm upset, but I don't know why.
Well, we stole another radio station's studios, so I guess they figured that was enough for one day.
That makes it clear. Yeah.
When you think of glitter, what do you think of?
I think of that movie with Mariah Carey.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, strippers.
Strippers.
Yeah.
I think of strippers and Mariah Carey, too, actually. But now you might have to start thinking about beer. There are a bunch of breweries.
I'll think about beer and strippers.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that. And Mariah Carey,
That's
I guess.
kind of
while
their
I'm at it.
purpose.
Ska Brewing in Durango, Colorado, Three Weavers Brewing in Inglewood, California, and Bold Missy in Charlotte, North Carolina are just some of the brewers who are putting out glitter beer.
I don't even know what it means.
Beer with glitter.
In it. So
In
not
it.
made from it.
No, it is beer that is all sparkly with glitter in it.
And it's okay. It's healthy to consume. As healthy as beer
It's like
is.
that Goldschlager crap.
Yeah.
It has actual gold. It glitters.
Yes, it is very similar to that. They are now making edible glitter. I don't know if it's going to get on you and your wife's going to be mad when you get home. You know, you got glitter all over your face because you spilled or something. But they said it is edible glitter and that there's nothing wrong with it. It'll break down in your body.
All right.
Not all right.
Not all right?
No.
You're the beer aficionado. So
You don't wanna-
at no point am I going to hear about your beer blog, and today I'm featuring glitter beer.
I think it's tacky.
All right, there you go.
I mean, maybe at the strip club. Derek, would you drink glitter beer?
Oh, I'll eat it, drink it. I'm all about it.
We can't have beer here, though, at the strip clubs. We have to go down to
I always
Oregon.
forget that.
Yeah, no booze
Is
at the
that
strip
true?
clubs. Yeah, no alcohol at the strip clubs.
I did not know that.
You have
I
to go to Oregon.
What do you do there?
Watch
watch
chicks
naked
take their
ladies.
pants off.
Yeah.
But Derek, do you
You'd
have
think
to,
that would be enough.
Yeah, but it's
do you
not.
have to order like a $10 Coke?
It depends on the club. Some places you have to order like a $5 soda. Some places they don't care.
And where they don't care, do they have a cover charge?
Yeah, usually.
Or an uncovered charge?
We are going to take a short break, but when we come back, we have got some other crazy news about Keith Richards of the Rolling Stones and who he is dissing this time.
Wow, what's happening with this cranky old bastard?
A crazy story about Stone Temple Pilots, very cool news about Metallica, and we had a major concert announcement. Robert Plant will be going to Marymore Park June 27th. Do you want to win tickets?
Yeah.
Well, then don't go anywhere because that happens next.
This traffic report is brought to you by Staples. Going to see some stop and go traffic on 405 southbound as you make your way between I-5 and Northeast 160th Street. About a 20-minute delay. And on I-5 northbound in Seattle, you're going to see some stop and go traffic there as you make your way between Albro Place and the Convention Center. Staples can help your business stand out with custom printed signs, banners, and brochures. Now at Staples, get $5 off your next print and marketing services purchase when you spend $50 or more. Standout materials equals outstanding results. Offer in-store only, ends 3/24, exclusions apply. Staples. I'm Derek. That's your look at traffic on 102.5 KZOK.
If you missed it earlier, we were talking about Robert Plant, a major concert announcement. It's Robert Plant and the Sensational Space Shifters, Marymore Park on June 27th.
Awesome.
Tickets go on sale Friday at 10 a.m., but we have got a pair of tickets right now.
Is that right?
Yeah. What caller would you like to do?
I'd like to call her 6.
Caller 6 it is.
Thank you.
800-252-1025. Danny Bonaducci giving you caller 6.
If you
tickets to Robert
win,
Plant.
if you win, you remember that I did that for you.
Robert
Caller
Plant
5
tickets
is
call
so mad
So
at
mad,
you.
caller 8 doesn't even know what's up.
Quincy Jones recently dissed, everybody.
Everybody.
Including Taylor Swift. He said that she can't write songs. We need more songs, not hooks, songs. Taylor Swift can't write, is basically what he said.
I'm confident that he's wrong. And I know that she's saying two things. One, why are you so mean? And two, she'll just shake it off.
Yeah.
Well, now Keith Richards is laying it on Taylor Swift.
No.
That's probably not the expression I want to use.
I mean, he'd do it, though.
How gross that would be.
He was asked, Keith Richards, about his opinion of current pop performers. And Keith said, well, I'm a fan of Ed Sheeran and Lady Gaga. And they said, well, what about Taylor Swift? And he said, good luck, girl. Wish her well while it lasts. Good luck. Enjoy it while it lasts.
I'm not positive that he's right. I think there are a bunch of people that are huge stars that don't have a future. They're not going to be like, to say, I don't know, Katy Perry. I don't see her being 40 years old and making this transformation to doing something else. I think she'll do that till it burns out. And I don't think Taylor Swift is one of those. I think she'll be around.
And with her $280 million, I don't know that she needs his luck.
Right. Well, he said, just like he did when he made fun of Mick Jagger being a dad at this age, he felt bad afterwards. He said, it's not really fair. I never really did like pop music. I've always been into more blues and jazz, and that's probably not fair for me to pick on her.
It isn't fair, you wrinkled old bastard. She's super nice and sweet and never did anything wrong to you.
And I love her.
I do love her.
Yeah.
But I love him a little bit in a weird way.
Yeah.
Stone Temple Pilots began their first tour with their new lead singer, and they performed in Santa Clarita, California, a 19-song set.
Wow.
They also had a guest appearance, Johnny Depp.
Really?
Johnny Depp.
Playing guitar?
He played guitar, and he sat in on Sex Type Thing and a cover of MC5's Kick Out the Jams. And they said that the show was fantastic. The new lead singer is phenomenal. And that this...
Do you know what the main phenomenal thing about the new lead singer is? His memory. They did 19 songs that aren't his.
Yeah.
How do you even do that?
Especially when half those lyrics don't make sense.
Right, when everybody's wasted. Johnny Depp's there because he got lost.
What's the one Paul, you and I were just trying to sing recently? It was like something about a dog, the dog's finder. And
Yeah, when the dogs do find her, she's got time to wait.
What's up with these
tomorrow.
rock stars' dogs? Because on the other thing we sang lately, didn't the dog start to smell her?
Yeah, that was same song.
Yeah.
Same song?
Yeah.
And what band did
And I feel when the dogs begin to smell her.
It's Plush by
I
Stone
thought that
Temple
was
Pilots.
Pearl Jam. How the hell did I get that wrong?
No,
That's
Stone
Animal.
Temple Pilots, yeah.
All right, thank you. I don't care as long as your dog's smelling me. There's a couple of dogs in the hallway. It's somebody's birthday. I
Yeah.
think it's Carla Marie's birthday, the lady from 93.
Yeah, 93.3, Power
Yeah,
93.3.
yeah. It's her birthday, and people are bringing her cakes and dogs and massage tables. It's pretty bitching.
Is that what happens in these new studios of ours?
Yeah.
So when it's my birthday,
Not
I
for
get
us, I don't think.
dogs and cake.
The
and
producer of their show is going to bring you all these things.
Yep. I'll be sure to let him know when your birthday is.
Congratulations to Brian in Everett. He's headed to the Jeep winners window in our lobby to pick up his tickets to Robert Plant.
Now
Congratulations.
remember, you owe me everything.
This
What's
is
his
true.
name?
Brian in
Brian
Everett.
in
Robert
Everett. You
Plant.
owe me everything.
So again, Robert Plant and the Sensational Shapeshifters, Marymore Park, June 27th. The tickets go on sale Friday at 10. Congratulations, Brian. Danny hooked you up.
I did. I picked 6.
Metallica are planning to launch their own brand of whiskey.
Really?
It's a good idea.
It's going to be made in their own distillery, and this is from they're working with a former master distiller at Maker's Mark, which is one of the best whiskeys in the world.
Yeah, they got that cool wax drip top.
Yeah.
I like that.
But it's delicious, and now this man is working with Metallica.
How old do you have to age a whiskey till it's good, though?
Like it won't be available this Saturday night at Whiskey Rocks, I don't think.
It won't.
No.
But really, like, because I think of like 12 years as a good whiskey. That a friend told me. I don't drink it. But.
Yeah, no, I think that's some of the better whiskeys are 10, 12
But
years.
can you do a year?
I believe so.
Can they have a whiskey out next year?
I think so.
Oh, I got to get Amy to try that and tell me stuff.
Well, we'll have to ask people Saturday night at Whiskey Rocks.
Oh, will they know? Yes, they will.
Yeah, they know all about it.
But we still have tickets on sale now.
We do, yeah. VIP sold out, but general admission, they still have tickets available. Tickets are going fast. WhiskeyRocksNW.com.
And we will all be there. Jaden Smith is the son of Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith.
Right.
He has announced a tour.
Of what?
Is this him, Derek?
His car collection? What is it? Let's tour.
Yeah, this is one of the new rap songs he put out.
He's not bad.
Nope.
He's so trying to be Kendrick Lamar.
I thought he was trying to be Eminem. With the I'm almost hysterical sound.
Well, he's announced the tour. It's called Vision. But he also revealed that he is no longer able to hang out with some of his superstar friends. He said...
Yeah, me either.
His friends Drake and Kanye, he said, it's really changed. I always felt like little homie before, and that allowed me in on all their circles. But now that I'm on the charts next to them, I'm not really little homie anymore. You can't hang out with us anymore, they said. So now that
No, they didn't.
No, they didn't.
No, they didn't.
Here's what they said to him. Nothing, because they've never spoken to him before.
Oh, so yeah, he's being shunned by Drake and Kanye because now he's competition.
Oh, yeah. Are they throwing shade?
Yep.
Shade
I don't think
throwers.
they're throwing much his direction. Well, be on the lookout for a wraparound tuba. Someone has stolen the signature sousaphone.
I thought you said a rapper named Tuba. I was like, that was Tupac. Why not?
Yeah.
All right.
He used to be little homie, but
Now he's Big Tuba.
Someone has stolen the signature sousaphone belonging to Preservation Hall in New Orleans, a legendary music hall, and someone has stolen the sousaphone. Now, one was lost back in Hurricane Katrina,
Right.
and some kind soul gave him a new brass sousaphone. It says Preservation Hall, New Orleans, right on there.
Yeah.
They cost $13,000.
Wow, that's a very expensive sousaphone.
How much do you think your nephew's cost, his tuba?
I think it came free from the school. They don't make you go out and buy your own tuba, I don't think.
How do you learn how to play tuba, though? Like, just some school says, okay, here's this big
Although-
thing. Can you hold it?
Anything that owns a spit valve,
Ew.
you should not lend from one musician to the
Ew,
next.
ew, that's true. Well, the iHeartRadio Music Awards are almost here. It's one of the biggest nights in music, and it is Sunday night, live from the Forum in L.A. You can tune in to see who is doing what. There's always something crazy happening.
Bon Jovi's performing and
That's right.
receiving that Icon Award.
TBS, TNT, True TV, and tomorrow morning at 7:30, we will reveal another one of the award winners. Our reveal today went so well.
Are we not getting in any kind of trouble for this?
I hope not. They asked us. They told me who the winner is. So
That seems so weird. What are Price Waterhouse doing for a living if they're just giving out secrets left and right? I feel like Warren Beatty getting better looking.
Well, Warren Beatty was asked back, him and what's her butt?
Faye Dunaway.
Were asked back.
What's her butt is Faye Dunaway.
Yes.
Miss Butt, I think we should all call her.
I thought she looked great, and I apologize that I forgot your name, Miss Butt. The 90th Academy Awards were last night, and remember last year, Faye and Warren Beatty announced the wrong winner.
Through no fault of their own, although they made it look like it was befuddled old people giving it out. It wasn't. It was the envelope that they had. It was a mistake.
They just didn't think to say, this doesn't look right, when it says Best Actress or whatever it said on there.
Right.
Anyway, they were invited back to announce Best Picture again, and it went to Guillermo del Toro's The Shape of Water.
Yeah, I can't believe it. I went on every possible aspect of that movie.
I really liked that movie, but I was rooting for Dunkirk. I thought
Dunkirk
was
did a fine job.
amazing. Now, Dunkirk did win several awards. The Shape of Water had 13 nominations and took home 4.
No, that's not bad.
Which was the most. I think a lot of it was split this year. Instead of one movie winning it all.
Did that thing, what was it called? Lady Bird. Did that take home any? Nothing.
Nothing.
Good.
Total snub.
See, the Academy got something right. There was a stupid little movie about a stupid little town and a stupid little girl.
Isn't it 100% fresh on Rotten Tomatoes?
Yeah.
You're just angry because Amy likes it because she's from there, and that was like her own life.
Amy's from there, and she went, meh, it's all right. I like it.
I loved it. Well, the most talked about moment was Frances McDormand. Now, Derek, do you have the clip of when she first starts her speech? So when
Yes, I do.
She gets the award for Best Actress for 3 billboards over Ebbing, Missouri.
Right.
It was nominated for several awards, and the only one who won was I'm blanking on his name too. Matthew McConaughey. No, what's the other dude's name?
Sam Shepard.
The other dude? Who's not
Sam Shepard?
Woody Harrelson's in the movie.
Woody
Sam
Harrelson.
Rockwell's in the movie.
He didn't win. Sam Rockwell.
Him and Sam Rockwell were both nominated for Best Supporting Actor. And so Sam Rockwell was
Wow,
the one
can
who
you be
won.
nominated for the Best Supporting Actor for the same movie?
Yep.
I didn't know that. Wow.
I didn't know. I mean, that's crazy. But when she won, she started her speech with this.
So I'm hyperventilating a little bit. If I fall over, pick me up because I've got some things to say. So I think this is what Chloe Kim must have felt like after doing back-to-back 1080s in the Olympic half pipe. Did you see that? Okay, that's what it feels like.
Yeah, this is why I don't watch. This is why I don't watch. But you know what? I mean, some people, I'm assuming maybe Paul's one of these people, I don't know, that enjoy that kind of stuff. When people that I like and admire, actors and actresses, get up there without a script written by bright people that are going to tell them what to say, and they're terrible, I hate it. I'm so uncomfortable. I was in bed by 7 o'clock last night.
I get that she was excited, but that
Caught up in the moment.
Do you know what's weird is when she did that laugh, like several dolphins started to do tricks. What was that?
Yeah.
History was made at the Academy Awards last night. The Best Original Screenplay went to a black man for the first time. That was Jordan Peele, who won for his movie Get Out.
You know, when that breakup, and I don't know if they broke up or how friendly they still are or anything, I thought, well, the other guy is better. He's in movies. He's really good. He's getting more famous. He's getting more work. And now you've been trumped by an Academy Award, a historical Academy Award.
And Jordan Peele, when he won, thanked everybody and their grandmother, but did not mention
Key.
Michael Key.
Scott Key.
Francis Scott Key.
Francis Scott Key, that's right.
Thank you for original. Best soundtrack goes to Francis Scott Key.
Costume designed by Betsy Ross.
She did not design costumes.
Keegan Michael Key.
What?
Right. Keegan Michael Key.
Scott.
You just
saying
all over that, Derek.
Yeah, we were having a fight. We were running on the comedy train, man, and you wrecked it.
Okay. The Razzies also
we weren't
took
actually
place.
that funny, but
I don't know about you. I was pretty funny.
You were okay. The best.
Speaking of
Yeah.
Yeah.
the Razzies,
Yeah.
the Emoji Movie was the big winner.
That actually has a pile of poop starting.
Yes.
Well, the Razzies are always given out right before the Academy Awards, and the Emoji Movie was the big winner, I guess you would say. The Razzie for Worst Actor went to Tom Cruise.
Right. And this is not his first, as I understand.
No. It went for The Mummy, which I don't know if you saw that movie. I watched it on an airplane, like nothing else
I watched
to
it
watch.
on an airplane.
It was so bad.
Yeah. That's my review, by the way. Ask me how I felt about The Mummy.
How'd you feel about The Mummy?
Worst Actress went to Tyler Perry because he played Medea.
That's funny and wacky.
And some sad news from the world of entertainment over the weekend. We found out David Ogden Stiers, better known as Major Charles Emerson Winchester III in MASH.
Oh, yeah.
He died over the weekend battling cancer. And
But he still made it to a pretty good age, didn't he?
75.
No, that's too young.
It's young.
I guess it's all too young if it's you. Hey, this is way too young. I'm 106.
At the box office, it was all about Black Panther again.
Wow. Unbelievable.
Third straight weekend. 65.7 million this weekend alone. So it's doing okay, as in over 500 million domestically. Red Sparrow with Jennifer Lawrence did pretty well for rated R, 17 million.
Rated R? Does she show her boobies?
The entire time.
Yeah.
Oh, God love her.
Death Wish, also a rated R. Bruce Willis, third place with $13 million. They said it's actually a little better than they had expected.
Oh, really? Yeah. How do you pay Bruce Willis when you expect it not to make over $20 million?
I'm sure he only charged him like $10 or $12.
All right, gave him a break.
Let's take a look at sports. Sports brought to you by Bradley Johnson Attorneys. If you're facing a DUI, call 1-800-DUI-AWAY, 1-800-DUI-AWAY. If you are hoping to get tickets to the new NHL team here in Seattle, you will now be waitlisted. They are no longer accepting season ticket deposits. You can still go online, but you will be waitlisted.
What'd they end up with? 30 some odd thousand?
33,000, and that's when they capped it.
Almost exactly double what Key Arena holds.
Yeah.
I believe. I'm thinking it holds 17, 18 grand.
Well, they're anticipating that a lot of people will not do full season tickets.
Yeah.
So people won't get left out. A lot of people will want to do a weekend package, or you can do day game packages, night games. There are all sorts of different packages that they will offer. So it's not like people are going to get shut out.
Very excited about all this.
Me too.
I've never been to a town that's been a part of this before. You know, in my gypsy-like radio days, banging around town, every city I've ever been to has already had a major team of some kind.
Yeah.
This is kind of neat.
Yeah, it's exciting. When we put our deposit down for 2 tickets, super excited about it. Yeah.
Good for you.
In spring training action yesterday, the Mariners beat the Rangers 10-7, and they're off today. Tomorrow they play the Rockies at a 5:40 start time. And in their MLS opener, the Sounders lost to LAFC 1-0. They play again on March 18th, FC Dallas, 2 p.m. The Combine happened over the weekend, getting a look at some of the young, fresh talent heading to the NFL.
I watched some of it in an airport. Man, some of those young men are fast.
It's wild, right? They are really quick, and the one people have really been talking about it is Shaquem Griffin.
Oh, yeah.
He did a 4.38 second 40-yard dash.
Which is super fast, because I didn't know. I asked the guy next to me, and then I read the subtitles of the things about what was fast. So that's really fast.
Yep.
And impressive bench press for a guy with one arm.
Yeah. So this 40 that he ran is the fastest time for a linebacker in more than a decade.
Wow.
And he is the twin brother of Shaquille Griffin, who plays for the Seattle Seahawks. He first impressed people with the bench press, 20 reps of 225 pounds.
That's a ton, man. Well, literally, it's way more than that.
And this is the man who lost his left hand at the age of 4.
Do you know how?
It was a congenital disease.
Oh, okay.
Amniotic band syndrome. So
I hate them.
Their first record was pretty good,
Then,
but after that, they
don't
kind
do
of sold
encores,
out.
then they don't play any of the old stuff. Ambiotic band.
It is expected that the Seahawks will talk to him.
Yeah.
It would be awesome to have twin brothers playing, and he would be making history. He only has one hand. I mean, he's an impressive athlete. And over the weekend in basketball, UW lost to Oregon, WSU lost to Oregon State, and Seattle U lost to Utah Valley. They'll all turn it around when they play later in the week.
Hey, I just thought something.
What's that?
One-handed dude, what's his name?
Shaquem.
Think about the strength. It's all in the balancing that weight, keeping it fair.
Yeah.
Well, he's lost 5 to 6 inches of leverage by losing one of the hands.
He has a prosthetic.
He has
but-
the prosthetic. I've seen it, but to balance that, because he's got no muscles in the prosthetic,
Right.
That's true.
that guy's really strong. That's remarkable.
I am rooting for him. That's your sports, and it's brought to you by Bradley Johnson Attorneys at 1-800-DUI-AWAY. Don't forget, tomorrow we are going to give you another chance to win your way into Battle at the Boat with Bonaducci
Boom, 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 boom.
at 7:20. You know who loves a good battle, don't you?
I do know who loves a good battle, and that'd be my friend Steve Slayton, a.k.a. the Silver Fox. And I hope he likes that nickname, because I think it should stick.
He told me he wants to punch you in the face, actually.
He's got, if you look at him, he wears really cool glasses, and then his hair's just shockingly
He's a
white.
handsome
He's a
fella.
handsome bastard. That's his other nickname, the handsome
That's
bastard.
why you hate him.
Anyway, he's going to come to this tour any second now, and he's going to play you a whole bunch of classic rock, because that's just the way he rolls. We'll get out of his way. Bye.
Gonna see about a 20-minute delay due to some bad traffic on 405 northbound as you make your way between Highway 515 and 30th Street. Over in Seattle, seeing about a 10-minute delay on I-5 northbound as you make your way between Albro Place up through to the Convention Center. At Staples, you can upgrade your office and still save money. And this week at Staples, you can save big on a full range of office